is it to be an enemy of the Emperor? Is to be dead. What is it to be the instrument of the Emperor's damnation? The Space Marines, the Angels of Death. What is it to be a Space Marine? It is to be pure, to be strong, to show no pain, no mercy, no remorse, no remorse. What is it to be pure? To know no fear. It is an faith. Heresy grows from idleness. To admit defeat is to blaspheme against the Emperor. For those who seek perfection, there can be no rest on this side of the grave. Even a man who has nothing can still offer his life. The man who has nothing can still have faith. Success is measured in blood. Yours or your enemies. For the Emperor. 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 This is the moment. This is the ultimate to the throne. This is of the Blackthrone. There's only war.
Finally, it has come. That which we feared most. You told me a long time ago, old friend, one must always leave one's mark upon a plan. Without a signature, a plan is meaningless. One must devote oneself to it, utterly, with total conviction. I have lain my hand upon this plan, this terminus decree, this fail-safe. I pray it will never return. For when it returns, the galaxy will never be the same again. The fires of war will have been to embers as to what is to come. My sigil rests alongside your own. We have both given ourselves to this. I offer no comfort. Make no mistake, it will return. When it does, when it does, the galaxy will burn in the fires of Blackthrone.
Hello and welcome once again to ChatGPT. Fuck me, I'm tired. I was looking at the fucking YouTube chat and read Jacob going ah, and then typed Tattletales RPG, and that translated to ChatGPT, and that is completely incorrect. So, hello everyone, welcome to Fucktard Central, where the table may be virtual, but you are certainly more than welcome. I didn't even get my own intro right. Send dudes. Someone else could run the campaign. I'm a sleepy boy.
Shall we take it from here, Bob?
Please. Actually, you know what? Yeah, fuck it. One of you guys do the recap. What happened last week? I'm gonna put the pressure on you,
And to
bitches.
sum up last week,
on bottom
here
tier.
on bottom table, a bunch of guys were shooting in the dark. That led to them hitting a guy who was really big.
Story of my college years. But in other words, the party travelled to the Aravisian, the dark Mechanicum facility on the northern side of the Ursus system. Here you have fought tooth and nail to take the Aravisian stage by stage. Once you reached the pinnacle of the Aravisian, you came across... I'm sorry, George, was that because I said pinnacle, not pinnacle? That little
Pinnacle,
maybe.
I'm a mature adult.
It's
Okay.
alright, I'm well aware that I said pinnacle, and I was hoping no one would notice.
Just that was another British interpretation.
That's like penis.
Damn my hubris. Oh, fuck's sake, can't win. reaching the pinnacle of the Aravisian, you found yourselves against the Archmagos Vethrax, a greater monstrosity who had been corrupted and twisted by his malformed aberrations and the genetic splicing he had been performing upon himself. Despite the fact that he had made a psychic pariah of himself, you were able to defeat him. And in doing so, you were able to shut down the Void Shields. Not to the Aravisian, but the Void Shields of the Urgerzag itself. The brain is dying. The planet Urgerzag, the main structural stronghold here within the Ursus system, is home to the ancestor core known as Hashut, what has quickly ascended to a demon in the warp of slavery and tyranny. For a long time you have had the first company of the Dark Angels holding a barricade around Urgerzag alongside your ally Orak, the Orc rogue trader. However, with the destruction of the Void Shields, you are now in a position to besiege the planet itself. But as before you did that, you went down into the depths of the Aravisian to find in its reactor core that which was powering this hellish device. You found within it an old friend, shall we say, George, of the party? An ally?
Oh,
None of the
no.
above.
Yeah,
You found this wank stain.
an old acquaintance, not by choice.
Bound and chained within the Aravisian on his 5th life was the Painted Count, the demon prince of Slanesh, who has dogged the party's footsteps. What the hell? Oh, weird. Who has dogged the party's... For fuck's sake. Who...
Take a moment. Deep breath.
It is not my day today. Who has
You need more
dogged...
alcohol, Bob.
I barely had any. I feel like I need more just to make it, you know...
To relax.
Yeah. The Painted Count, who has dogged the party's footsteps since Avalos itself. You made the executive decision to free the Painted Count, breaking his chains, but in doing so, allowing him to return to the war. Due to this choice, the Void Shields around the Urgerzag fell, and perhaps more importantly, the Aravisian lies in ruins, cold and abandoned. We pick up where we left off, aboard the Aravisian. You have time on your side. The entirety of the space station is cold and void. The Hell Forges have stopped operating. In the entirety of the time that you have been here, you have never known it to be as quiet and as dead as it is right now. But I will hand back over to you, chaps, to see what is going on.
Raphael taking a step down from effectively the pedestal as to where he stabbed the Painted Count with the blade, started walking back down from it, and he would get back in contact because I know for a fact that Reed is expecting an answer. This is Brother Ryan, the Dreadspear.
This is Dreadspear. Inquisitor Reed talking. Speak.
We have found the source of the power to the Aravisian. It has been silenced.
What source?
They used the very reason why the first Kilting disappeared on Avalos. You know.
I see. Willingly or otherwise?
It seemed bound
Interesting. It is not unheard of for chaos to consume itself, brother Chaplain. Let us be glad that that is the case. What is the status of the enemy?
Define which enemy.
The one
Frax-
bound and chained.
A blade driven into its chest. Sent back to the warp.
Good. This is good. Return to the Dread Spear with all due haste. With the fall of the capital of the Dark Mechanicum, it would appear our Vox scramblings, our problems, are no more. So return unto us, and let us plan our next moves.
Is the Dread Spear incapable of further destruction of the Aravisian, or any of the fleet?
If desired. However, we are registering an issue with the Dread Spear. I would encourage all to return swiftly, lest we cannot remain in system.
Understood. And then the Vox thing would cut.
Okay?
We are to return to the Dread Spear. There is little to be gained from remaining here. The Aravisian is silent. Let's leave this damnable place. Any objections?
Haste. Any who object, stay. Let's make haste.
Okay, 1 second, just update.
Objections from here. Medicaid is required for most. In some capacity. I say looking down at what is now the nub of my left hand.
Mm-hmm.
We can get that kind of medical attention on the Dread Spear. The more we tarry on this station, the closer it gets to being consumed by a black hole. I have no interest in trying to worm our way out of a singularity.
Okay, so, moving quickly, I'm just making sure I've got all of this done correctly. Moving quickly through the Aravisian, you encounter minimal resistance. You would find yourselves pressed on all sides by the machinations of the enemy, but not hindered by them. As this happens, a Vox burst goes across your screens from an unidentified source, but it bears the stamp of the Inquisition.
I legally have to pick this up.
Yeah.
You just let it go to voicemail, they don't know.
Yeah. As it opens, you get the Vox feed on your helm displays of a tall, imperious man with sunken eyes, with his right eye so sunken it almost appears to be missing, greying hair and red cardinal-like robes. And he goes, "Prepare yourself for my arrival. I am en route to your Dread Spear. We have passed the Ravage."
Would we recognize this person?
You would have never seen this person before in your life.
I was waiting for one more word there,
Yeah.
so I could call
Yes,
you
yes,
a conquest.
yes.
Stand ready for my arrival, worms!
Yes, that was very much the reference.
Salvation, you were given time. More leeway than most.
You were given orders.
And yet I find this system not liberated.
I'm so lonely.
As you begin to reapproach the Dread Spear, there is an extreme tension amongst the crew, and rushing to meet you at the head of his coterie of 30 soldiers, you see Captain Ambrose beckoning you on. "Swiftly! Exit the Case de Sodram! We are all needed on the bridge!"
What is the matter of urgency, Ambrose?
The Singularity Cannon has started charging itself. The machine spirit of the Dreadspear has been corralled into action.
By what source?
Unknown.
Then, guess we head to the bridge then.
Alright.
Oh, god damn.
As you head to the bridge, a number of people are stood waiting for you. Obviously, Ambrose was off the bridge briefly as he came and met with you guys. Let me just stick. There you go. Agamon would be here. And then let me stick on your player characters. Storm, Grimsnarl, Rhine, Uzziah. Also, I've discovered my issue of the templates from last night. It's regions. Everything is done by regions now, which is incredibly annoying. But at least I found the problem. So that's all of you. As you approach, you would find Agamon trying to get through the door to the bridge. Seemingly to no avail. No luck. And as you approach, he's clad in his full Terminator plate. The man has been restored to his former glory, the current acting chapter master of the Ultramarines. And he turns. Brothers, the bridge has sealed itself against all. I am unable to gain access.
Have you, dare I ask, have you performed the appropriate rites for the machine spirit?
Indeed. I have accessed the access panel and engaged and disengaged its motive functions. I have turned it off and on again.
You want that one usually works.
Right.
Have you tried? This is an old Fenrisian trick. Allow me. Walk up to the door.
Stick my dick in it.
Spit on both, what would be both hands. Open sesame! And just put my hands forward.
Is this a psychic power?
No, this is Patrick Starr.
No, as in, I know, but as in, are you casting us, you fucking dick? Are you casting a psychic power as part of this?
No, this is Patrick.
God damn it.
Prezai would bring out a Krag grenade. If all reasonable attempts have failed, we need this vessel to succeed.
Do not hurt her. And at that point, you hear a ahem. And as you sort of look, approaching the bridge is this gentleman. Am I to assume that we are unable to access the bridge?
That would be correct, but who might you be?
Current acting authority in the absence of her ladyship, Valerie Reed. I am Inquisitor Hestor Vaught.
And if I may be so bold, my lord, what has caused the absence of our leader and handler, Valerie Reed?
She is currently elsewhere, speaking with one of my subordinates.
Would there be like a quick way to like identify his rank?
Yeah, you can get a bet Astartes armor would have like bioscans and like identity locks.
Yeah, let's see like where he would stand in comparison to her authority.
She wouldn't be there, yeah, that's the one that he's chatting with. He would be lower ranking than Valerie Reed. He registers as a Ordo Hereticus Inquisitor.
Is there like, sorry, is there a way to prove that she left him in charge?
Not so much, no. There's no stamp of authority in that sense.
There have been many foul tricks being played upon us in these foul times, Inquisitor.
Indeed.
Whereas
on whose authority was this ordered? Sorry.
A kill team that fights amongst itself already. And as you sort of says that, you see that ident rune blinks and it updates from Hereticus to Xenos. Now.
Or him?
Yeah, the one that you're looking at him. He takes a few steps forwards. I see I am dealing with a Fenrisian. An Iron Hand. A son of Dawn. A chaplain of the Dark Angels. But there are two others. The one that looks like minced meat put through a blender, I do not recognize. And you, Silver Warrior, I do not know your chapter. Identify yourselves.
My lord, I am Presarius Uzziah of the Sin Feast. And whilst my face looks like mincemeat, my lord, your ident went from Hereticus to Xenos almost as quickly as a face can be flayed.
I wouldn't know. More of a burning man myself. I serve the Ordo Inquisition. The Inquisitor's Inquisitor. My ident reflects what I needed to reflect. Xenos, Hereticus, Malleus, Astarte, Scriptorum, Astra. And he sort of takes another couple of steps forwards, not cowed. With me are... and the doors open. And you see this lady steps forwards on his right, but Valerie Reed and another lady enter onto the bridge with Valadin nearby. And with them comes another Sister of Battle, by the looks of things, from her get-up. Just trying to find the token for them. There it is. My second attendant, Krail. She is a dab hand of her melter. Now, what is this nonsense I hear about your ship's machine spirit attempting to take on its own identity?
This would be a matter for the captain, for we have been battling on the Aravisian.
Then may the captain present himself. Liam, I'm going to hand that to Ambrose so I don't talk to myself.
I have no fucking clue what's going on. That's my concern.
No, fair enough. Nor does Ambrose.
Fine. Ambrose would step forward. This is my humble warship.
Not many men would call a ship of a singularity cannon humble. Indeed, a fine vessel.
Indeed, not many people who have faced against it are indeed alive. I refer to it as my humble ship, as not many are engaged upon by their choice.
Ha! Good. Then he turns. Sister Argenta, introduce thyself. And you see this, the Sister of Battle, more of the flagellant path, but not fully there. Sister Argenta Reich. I serve at His Eminence's command. It says nothing more. And he turns. And my other acquaintance, Sister Krail. Identify thyself.
Rank interrogator. I serve.
Indeed, my interrogator. A little rough around the edges, but I hear that suits salvation. Now, and he turns and moves up. By the order of His Eminence on Terra, open these doors. And it's at that moment the ship enters the warp. Lights darken, and when you reignite, you realise the ship has moved, translocated. And rushing forwards, you see the doors blink open, and you find Erlo Seravini stood slightly stressed, panicking as he observes the data table. Jacob, as Erlo, you don't know what's going on either. All you can see is the machine spirit has communed in some way and is acting of its own accord.
Did you say we entered?
Fuck! It finally opened.
Everyone can, by all means, free reign.
Did you say we entered the warp?
Very briefly, literally moved across the system.
Thank fuck! The door finally opened.
Explain, Erlo.
Explain?
You were within the
What am I
command
to
bridge.
explain?
You were within the command bridge. Did you have anything to say what was causing this?
The machine spirit just took itself to wherever it wanted. How am I supposed to make it move? I don't know my way around a command fucking bridge.
Ambrose would be absolutely fuming at this point. Listen here, you fucking senile navigator. You are on my ship. What is going on my bridge? For me to not be able to walk on...
As you say, on my bridge, there's a shudder and a boom, and you watch on the tactical display as the singularity cannon discharges.
My hands weren't on it. You saw it. I didn't do anything.
Where did this? Does it show whether the target?
I'll need a tech check from someone to try and show you like the exterior cam, as it were.
Yeah, I was gonna try to tap it and commune with the machine spirit in the first place.
Do it.
But I'll check out what's going on here. What's the DN?
Tech check just DN5, but the higher you get, the more I'll give you.
And as I'm doing this, I'll probably question: where are the representatives of Mars on the ship?
Dead.
Yeah, he is.
Calypso.
Someone say that, or?
Well, you know. Calypso.
Yeah, but wasn't there surely must have been like, you know, some lackeys, right?
He had.
Well,
yeah, that was Nemeth.
Well, so maybe some lower tier ones. I don't know. Anything lower?
I will whip up some lower tier, but yes, there would be some others.
Is this like the quartermaster situation?
Yeah, a little bit. I will whip up a tech ad. Oh, actually, I made a really fucking... Oh, no, they're for the other game. I made a really cool tech ad the other day, actually. Right, how many successes? We got 6 successes. You're able to access and commune with the ship. You can see a garbled binaric excuse forming, essentially, which you'd have to translate from binaric if you know it. But you can, if you wish, directly access the exterior cameras, as it were, the Vox feed.
Yeah.
What does it say in binaric? If it's audible.
Yeah, it's not audible, but you could Aegis could read it aloud to you if you wish.
Yeah.
01100201.
Brian.
Most likely he'll put a translation on the HUD for everybody rather than say it.
Let me whip up my HUD.
There's the message, Brian.
Yeah, you see that letter slowly spelled across your HUD. Sorry, he asked nicely. I don't understand the meaning of this. Who is he? What are these words, sorry and nicely, mean?
As the Vox display changes to the external cameras, you see that you have translated to a planet. And in front of you are hundreds of salvaged, scrap, hunker junk, Imperial, Orc, Tau, and Chaos vessels, all moving towards you. Are you ready for a space combat?
No.
You are outnumbered maybe 20, 30 to 1.
If we were able to temporarily skip like a little distance, can we just... Is it like primed and ready? Can we skip back?
Not
can
easily. But as you sort of start to look at this and panic as those ships move in, the opens and you see a face of a human but heavily mutated with like a snout, tusked and whiskers sort of from the side, wearing the red robes of the Adeptus Mechanicum and clutching a gemstone revolver. And it goes, "Aha! Salvation! I have brought you to me! Finally! Yes, yes! You have fallen into the trap of Rexsplit Robsprocket!
Aww.
You were supposed to be dead.
Many things are supposed to happen that do not happen! But now, salvation, yes, yes! You will taste my revenge!" And the singularity cannon fires. The black hole moves through the void. Hundreds of Skaven ships are dragged into it in a burning inferno that lights up Erlo Serafini's face, the one eye that's visible glinting with a mad light and passion. As the black hole moves forwards, it consumes the Skaven fleet, and you see Rixvik goes, "Wait, what? No! Vermin Lord!" As he becomes spaghettified. It then hits the planet. And the planet collapses in on itself. Ursus Tertia is rapidly disintegrating upon itself. What would you like to do?
Hello? I believe that we have seen enough here. That planetary expansion for the singularity will merely increase. It is wise to leave.
Agreed.
That shot was on purpose, wasn't it?
Yes.
Right.
You see Erlo's face just ignited with the hellfire and the anti-light of the black hole. He may or may not have been responsible. One can't say.
Nothing of importance was lost.
Just a plot.
I think that was a job well done. Shall we go get drinks or something?
I like the sound of that.
Recap on.
Are we technically still in the same theater of war?
Yeah. Ursus Tertian is this planet up here, which is no longer there. You've created another black hole.
What is the significance of this planet?
It was the final bastion of the Skaven within this system, and it was going to be a large trap for the party to fall into. Rixsprit is an old enemy of the party.
Got it. We don't like the Skaven, so this is all good. All right, cool.
Cool.
Captain Ambrose.
What is it, brother Ryan?
What would be the amount... No, time is not a concept tied to the warp. But are we able to make any kind of headway to Gerzak?
Gerzak, we would be far easier to simply use our sublight engines to get to Gerzak rather than using the Red River. It is less guarded, but we can do it.
I propose that instead of going, we go to Gerzak and meet up with rogue trader Orak and my Lord Lion's fleet that is currently blockading the Gerzak.
I would also recommend that you signal the Sin Feast to back up potentially the Ravage. It is... back up the blockade force. It will be a very veritable assistance in sieging their fortress.
I'm gonna actually use insight on Ambrose.
Yeah?
Because, you know, humans are
Watch
difficult to
y'all in.
understand for me.
Watch our insight, and boy.
I'm trying to figure out if you are alarmed at the fact that you've lost control of your ship.
Oh, that doesn't even require an insight. I am absolutely mortified. Erlo is currently receiving evils from me. Like I screamed at him.
Erlo is responsible.
He was the only one in the room. As a captain, I got to blame somebody, and he was in the room. So without more logical, without more evidence based, like that's the only person that I've got currently.
Someone's got to be summarily executed to maintain morale. Come on.
No, not executed because
somewhere in the depths.
the only the reason that like instant execution wouldn't be like accused or attempted is because, like it or not, like my vessel moved without my authorization. That is a major dick measuring contest against me and an unknown party. But the singularity cannon was fired at Ursus Tertian. The amount of Skaven that just got exterminated.
Genocide just happened, basically. Like, nearly.
The Imperium boner in me just went. Like the Imperium boner in me just went full mast. I'm now a solid 3 inches.
The Emperor would be proud of the genocide of Ratman.
Yeah, don't get me wrong, they're not completely gone, but at some point, don't worry, we'll be dealing with it in the first day game, so no spoilers. This is not the last we see of the Ratmen. But I would remind everyone that on the tabletop system of Warzone Blackthrone, they are considered demons of the warp. Just saying. So, as darkness falls across the Dreadspear, you go into silent running. You begin to drift through the warp, your engines flaring as you choose not to take the Red River. For the first time since you have entered this war zone, quiet envelops you. Now, we have a little bit of downtime before I bring us to Gerzak. I am not predicting anything going horrifically wrong.
Remember when you last said that?
Yeah, last time I said that, I lost one of the most important NPCs in the campaign. Brian. But that's... don't worry.
I just think we made
She'll
it better.
be showing up in the Thursday games when they cross paths. She won't be which, to be fair, you have saved her from death, I'd like to stress. I can talk about this now because the Thursday game is a thing. Calliope will be heading back to Terra, where, because I'm setting them on Terra, she will cross paths with the Thursday team and become like a guide. You know, she'll become an NPC for the Thursday squad. I rolled for her originally her interaction with Pertinax, which was to turn her into a servitor. And my plan has been to introduce her on Pandoric as his personal cupbearer. That fate has now been avoided, but...
That's so mean!
But pretty accurate to 40k.
A fate befitting any heretic.
She's not a... Okay.
Black and white.
Aegis, is the pot calling the kettle black for a second there?
I don't see color.
Aegis canonically colourblind. So, as you are drifting through the dark emptiness of space towards Gerzak, you have time, narrative time. In game, it will take maybe a couple of days, but obviously we have narrative time. You may make requisitions, you may do downtime activities, rebuild your awesome moment. Chat pool is available, Rhine is available for confessionals. The bar will be open with you know, happy hour between 8 and 4. What would you like to do? Where would you like to go?
Happy hour between 8 a.m. and 4 a.m.
8 a.m. and 4 p.m. My happy hour.
I've got a bit more of a lengthy task to take on if you want to do like any shorter brief things first before I go off on my tangents.
Got a little bit of a long thing to do too.
I've got to hit the med bay, unfortunately, and get the temporary measures that Jacob has put into place to actually stop me from bleeding out fully
You can go speak
Put
with
in place.
Kalis if you want, down in the med bay.
Yeah, I'll have to go speak with Kalis and...
No stress. Do I have a map for the Dreadspear's med bay?
Yes,
No.
you do. Wait, I swear you did.
I have the reactor core where we've had fights before. That's the conclave. That's not so helpful. No, I will just add us onto the strategium deck then, because the med bay is on this level.
Do we not have a med bay?
You do have one. I haven't just got a map for it. I will whip a map up while you guys are chatting.
Yeah, fair.
I think my downtime activity is I'm going to investigate the takeover of the ship.
Damn.
Okay.
Probably including requisitioning and retrieving all Vox communications in and out of the ship and all signals received from outside the ship to into the ship during the time that we are worried about, of course.
I would be doing the same, but purely from like a machine spirit standpoint, trying to talk to any of the people involved with firing the weapon.
So, if you want to do that, the best person to talk to would be the acting tech adept of the ship, who you would find down in the engine room, in the reactor core.
Yeah.
I can send you a picture of his artwork if you wish. Actually, no, I'll do a proper introduction for him, because I get the feeling this is going to be a long-term character.
And if there's any extra time, I would be wanting to talk to whoever was the most senior tech adept to hopefully try to fix my implants that got
That would
shocked
be this
and
chap.
fizzled.
This is the guy filling in
Yeah.
for Calypso Beta Rho. Because obviously, unofficially, Calypso was the man, but he got taken out pretty brutally. So why don't we do you two first then? Because you're both going to go speak with the same person.
Okay.
So, as you guys would go down into the reactor core, you would find a place completely flooded with busybodies. Servitors and servo skulls are swarming around, and you see the tech adept on hand picking up what appears to be kind of like an entire intake valve. Have you ever been by past construction sites where they have those massive concrete pipes, like drainage pipes?
Yeah.
He's lifting them, and normally for someone like Aegis or Calypso, they would use like maybe 2 or 3 servo arms to lift them, right? This guy is doing it with naught but what appears to be his own strength, and he lifts it as servo skulls just bring it into place, and as he lowers it, he rolls his shoulders, gas mask rebreather, sort of Malgus style, if you know the Old Republic, and he turns and looks at you and he goes, "Ah, Order to Astartes, I had wondered when you'd grace me with your presence. Praise the Omnisire. I am sorry that it's taken me this long to make your acquaintance. But there's been some jobs to do in the manner of dealing with the after effects of my predecessor, Calypso Beta Rho. Indeed, I have discovered disturbing audio and video logs of his interactions with a Xenos, and I intend to purge all systems of any known corruption. But rest assured, my lords, there will be no corruption here in the purity of body and spirit. Now, this unit of the Omnisire's wrath is known as Omega Catalyst 7174, but you may call me Oggy if you wish.
Out of game, I just misremembering what video files or interactions did
Calypso's
he have
personal
with?
like logs with Nemeth of like projects they worked on and stuff like that. Nothing incriminating, just
I don't think I would know that though, because I would have had that wiped, right?
You certainly would have done, yeah.
Yeah.
Your memory wipe is a bitch.
I would like immediately take offense to this. How dare you accuse him of interacting with Xenos? What proof do you have?
It is no. It's worth mentioning description of this guy, by the way. Red robes, shirtless, heavily bionicked, but beyond ripped as fuck. This guy lifts. I've sent his artworks. The last one is the one I'm going with. In Hangout. He looks at you and he goes, "It is beyond an accusation. Calypso Beta Rho regularly consorted and had congress with a Xenos entity known as Nemeth Tatatuza, who appears to be of some form of Necron persuasion. I myself find this despicable."
would I even have the memory of him leaving?
Of Nemeth?
Yeah.
No, he wiped. That was all wiped as well.
And then of him being on the ship and me being around him, is any of that footage in my armor at all?
Yes, but nothing incriminating.
Okay.
So, like, were Nemeth there, you would have footage of Calypso Beta Rho talking to the thin air, which isn't unbelievable for a tech adept, if I'm honest.
You know what? Hearing this, yeah, she'll walk up to the tech adept and just go, "Yep." Present her rosary and go. I'm going to need full copies of that. Do not wipe it.
Indeed. You'll provide access, of course. Observation. The two of you work under her ladyship, Inquisitor Valerie Reed. Strategic analysis, you're here for something and something that only I can provide. Offer and recommendation. How may this unit of construction and benevolent omniscience serve you in this time?
Regardless of a favorable outcome, such a reckless loss of control of the ship and unauthorized firing on the weaponry, to me, seems completely unacceptable.
Agreed. Shamed admittance. I have yet not identified the reasonage of how this has occurred. Deliberative, misleading, but perhaps informative remark. I believe it came from the bridge.
What of the restless machine spirits? What do they say?
Regretful response. The Dread Spear has not yet taken me under its wing as its confidant and ally. Its relationship with both Calypso Beta Rho and the Oathbound Deliverance, which is Reed's old ship, was deep and pragmatic. I have not yet been able to successfully bond with the vessel in order for it to trust me with its details. I will increase the lubricants and the sacred oils for this purpose.
Is there any way to get sort of a vibe of this person's
Make an insight check, depending on what you want.
technical know-how? Or would there be like, I don't know, maybe data like that I could sift through?
You could access his data file. Miles, what are you going to say?
Yeah, I'm going to insight. Mainly about the thing when he says, I don't know. She wants to make sure that he may know.
Yeah, go for it.
Maybe, well...
DN, set the DN to 3 for me. Nothing too crazy. He's not hiding anything just yet.
Alright, cool.
Wow, 12 successes. Holy crap. You have worked with Magoses and data adepts before. This guy is being pretty genuine with you. He is actively displaying his what's called the noosphere in 40k, which is like the bubble of internet, like a LAN party that all tech uses. In the book Mechanicum, it like actively fights when tech adepts fight as well. Basically, hacker get hacked, scammer get scammed. Mm-hmm. His noosphere, when he says shameful reply, he means it. He does not know what caused the Dreadspear to act on its own accord, and the Dreadspear is actively fighting him. It's not, the Dreadspear is an ancient vessel dating back to the days of heresy, perhaps even the Great Crusade. It is proud. He is a new tech adept and is going to have to do a lot to earn its trust.
Mm-hmm.
And from the tech side of things, I would be able to figure out that he's sort of a new tech adept.
From his data file, he has served on the Dreadspear for quite some time, maybe about a decade, but he has done so in the shadow of Calypso Beta Rho and Ambrose's personal attendance. The only reason he has been ascended is due to the death of Calypso. And you get the feeling, in his data file, actually I won't make the data slate for you, that'd be quite a nice thing to do. I'll make one for you, but it would state on it, ambitious, volatile.
I like him already. But
it would also say, not marked for ascension, simplicity.
Wait a second, he's getting better every second.
He's too dogmatic for someone of even for the Adeptus Mechanicus.
We're gonna be best friends.
Just in case you get the reference.
Yes, I'm with the right hand too. We're meeting in the middle.
All of his tech ropes just.
This magic moment. Would a cybernetic that's in like the brain be more of like a Medicaid thing, or more of like who would be more in charge of this kind of it'd be is this more apothecary or more tech adept
What are you trying
things,
to
you know what I
achieve?
mean? When I interfaced with the machine before, it completely fried my the reflex chip thing in my head. Forgot what it's called.
You mean specifically your inhibitor chip, your memory loss?
No. I had a augment that was that helps with like reflexes in combat. That got completely fried.
Your critical hit fried one of your augmetics, didn't it?
Yeah. This was just a byproduct of interfacing with the machine. I didn't take a crit.
I am going to say, okay, so role playing that because hey, we are a role play thing.
Yeah.
Augie takes a look at it. Ooh. And there's that moment as his mechadendrite, which by the way, even his mechadendrites are like thick. Calypso Beta Rho.
God, I'm trying to loosen up.
One of the mechadendrites is doing weights in the back. Calypso Beta Rho had like an octopus, like Doc Ock sort of mechadendrites. Very thin. They're hissing like snakes. Spindly. All over the place. Exactly, Rob, role-playing in my role-playing game. This guy's mechadendrites, he's only got like 3 of them, and they're as thick as my forearm, which is to say weedy and pathetic, but thicker than you'd expect. But they are like pipes, but one of them ends in a thin needle that he punches into the back of your head, into the interface port, you Sontaran fuck.
No lube?
No lube whatsoever. He just holds you by the shoulders and rubs your shoulders a little bit. And as he sort of interfaces with you, he goes, "Right, I can see here you had some form of augmetic built into the Brave's Den, but I'll admit, my dear friend of the 10th, you are blessed to be alive, that the Omnas has spared you fatal feedback. I'm afraid it is beyond the capacity to repair. However, I can see that you have a lodger in there. I am reading an ident code of your armor by the name of Talon Sol of a different Astartes chapter. Is this cataphracti plate not of your own making and chapter?"
What's the conditions when I got it?
I
mean, originally I was in. No, I mean, character creation I started with.
Oh yeah, no, this is your armor, but it's registering as an armor of the 19th Legion, Talon Sol.
I mean, this is well within Omnis's power to fuck around, right?
But obviously Omnis doesn't know who this guy is, this guy doesn't know who Omnis is.
I suppose there's no beating around the bush with this. For me, I found out by watching old pick footage, but there is some sort of spirit in my armor. A rogue code, if you will.
A machine spirit not native to your armor. This
eyebrow goes up.
Oh shit.
Either the most deep and profane tech heresy, or the greatest and most blessed gift of the Omnisire, that your armor may have acted as a phylactery for a remote machine spirit to have latched onto. How come be by thy blessings, brother? Still working this character out, give me a minute. You guys put me on the spot on this one.
It's laid dormant till of recent, because in this timeline it has. By my records, this entity came into being. It was on Avalos, right? When I touched
it was
the machine there, I believe.
Yes.
Or what was it?
It was when you interfaced with the governor's command spire in Avalos.
Yes, I can only go off the footage and memories of my battle brothers, because mine have been wiped twice.
Indeed. Is this standard practice amongst the Adeptus Astartes?
Not at all. It was unusual the first time, and the explanation I've gotten the second time has not been good. Highly unusual.
Indeed.
Would I have known that it was MF, or we just don't know how it happened?
You would not know, no. Then perhaps one day,
But-
Brother Astartes, you would be so kind as to permit me to, forgive the turn of phrase, pick your brains.
Is there any notes left behind by Calypso on my condition?
Yes, however, he would not be able to access them without your permission, because he is just a Magos Biologus. We're talking like he has risen through the ranks so quickly from the death of Calypso. So he's still like getting his permission slips, essentially.
Yeah, I mean, it's, we don't have enough time to like build a rapport and trust everybody. I'm just gonna have to assume that, given his rank and station, that I can trust him. But yeah, I give him permission. I've got a bit of a situation here, and I don't understand what the hell's going on.
Appreciation.
Yeah.
Accessing your data files now. As he just downloads it all into his brain.
Yeah, first time. It's a bit of a head case.
Tapping on her data slate, she'll look over at you and
That
say,
came a little too easy to me, if I'm honest.
There's actually so many problems with my character, like, looking,
You are a
there's
walking
actually so
problem.
many.
all the problems.
He's just got so many viruses.
Like, memory wipes and like, forbidden fucking lore things going on.
What access ports have you been looking into?
Yeah.
Tapping her data slate. Yeah, she'll look up at you and say,
You would also not be allowed access, despite your rank. That would be sealed.
Oh.
That would be sealed under the direct permit of Inquisitor Valerie Reed.
got it. But that's not the question that I was going
Go
to
on, no,
ask.
please,
Yeah,
go on.
Yeah, she'll look up at the Astartes and go, this rogue spirit, did you ever directly access the ship after bringing this rogue spirit into your armor?
Only just now, I think. Actually.
Yeah, you've never directly interfaced with the Dreadspear. The
out of
Oathbound
game.
Deliverance you probably have, but Dreadspear you haven't.
Did Reed vouch for this person? Because I realize now that I'm just spilling
Nope.
the beans.
You haven't spoken with Reed yet.
Okay, well then.
She's not going to stop you from telling her about yourself.
Let's think about this. This is actually a classic Aegis fuck up. No, this is good. I like this.
Classic
Because
Aegis.
in Aegis' mind, he's done nothing wrong, so he has nothing to hide.
Oh no, Aegis. This is why
Yep.
we have a interrogator somewhere in the galaxy
Yeah.
being turned into a
Yeah.
servitor.
And if this person questions me, that means they're the bad one. This is good. Alright. I figured it out. You just gotta logic through it.
Teachers have
Yes,
already
yes.
planning on injecting another.
Yeah. Aegis logic. The square goes into the square hole.
You know what? She'll see the opportunity and she'll say, interesting. Because the ship, when you displayed the binary message, stated, it was he, right? He asked me nicely. And as the biologist has stated, his binding with the ship is not strong, and it has a few old, strong connections. Sounds like someone that the ship used to really like called in a favor. Or got tricked. But yeah. Oh, by the way, since this rogue code could be a security threat, would you mind giving me access as well as the Magos? As the biologist?
Forgive me, but upon what authority would we be disclosing this information with you?
I work directly for Valerie Reed, so under her authority.
Ah, magic words.
Any insight or persuasion needed, Brian, or does that just go bing, green light?
Let's think about this.
Because you've established that that's kind of like your sleeper agent phrase.
Yeah. I would do a quick little check into the registry, tech, wise, maybe. Is there any way to vouch for this?
Yes, I'm going to offer you two options here. You can make a DN free tech check just to get the basic info on Miles here, or you can make a DN 10, in which case you gain one very interesting piece of information.
Ooh.
I would say, because he's almost certainly would fail any insight check, that he's gonna just do the basic rudimentary check.
It's tech. Insight, I should stress.
Yeah, with tech, and I know, but I'm just thinking like he's not a suspicious person. Everything's black and white, so he's like, "Oh, you're sitting by her? Okay, let me check. Okay, yeah, it checks out. Great. I'll just trust you fully." Like I don't think he wouldn't be like doing a deep dive, because it's not like this is a like he would do a deep dive into figuring out what the hell is going on with the rogue machine spirits, but like people, he doesn't care. I think so. I would just do a simple tech check of 3, right?
Yeah, go for that one then.
Okay. Yeah, he's just gonna quickly check.
Pass. You can see that this interrogator, Krail, is directly under the command of Valerie Reed. That there is the stamp of the Ordo Xenos and Valerie Reed's personal signature signing off on this. Yes, this is one of her acolytes. Also, if you look in Hangout, do you think Oggy has enough augmetics yet?
No,
Ooh.
more.
I'm liking what it looked. Yeah, this is good.
There he
Not
is.
enough augmetic
Even gave him
arms.
the orc ones. I like that.
He's almost as big as a space marine.
Honestly,
I like
didn't
that.
tell me he was. I would be like, that's some weird ogre space marine. That's what that popped into my head my first
No, he's
thought.
Magos Biologus. He believes in the perfection of the human body. Manually.
As far as augmetics go,
If he can't lift the augmetics, he doesn't deserve it.
Rude.
seeing as how he has little orc augmetics, would they have like a crude, right? Crude, like would I be able to notice these are like massive crude augmetics?
No, so the
like
ones I've used there are simply there to represent some of his things. So Iron Gob is there to represent the fact that he doesn't have a skull, he has a reinforced ceramite cranium. Stuff like that.
Okay.
He
So
doesn't,
it would be
he's
within
not literally
the scope of the
salvaged
mechanic.
orc tech. That would be disgusting to him.
Okay, but it's like high quality stuff. But he's
It's
essentially got like
I won't call it high quality. He is not like
Okay.
this man is not a salamander. He is not an artisan. Again, not marked for ascension. But it all works. It's practical augmetics.
Remember, the only reason why he's here right now is because everyone above him died.
Yes.
And he's what's left.
If you would like, I can share you his actual data slate that I've been writing in the background while you've been chatting. It's in Hangout.
Cool. This
Any
guy's dope.
typos, blame Jack.
I'll look at it later. But yeah, it looks nice right off the bat. He checks out. If he was sent by her, then hey, sounds great. I can trust you. We need more allies, more loyalists around here. Less questions, more actions.
Amen, brother. May the Omnissiah forever bless thy cogitations. To think, to question, is to blaspheme.
Yes, and delay. Time is precious.
Indeed.
He'll give you
Thank
a slight
God
smile.
we're all on the same page.
She'll give you a slight smile and just say, "Thank you for your cooperation."
Yep. All right, let me just divulge my secrets. My armor is infected with an artificial AI known as Omnis. It is of great concern to me.
Behind you as you say that, raising a massive two-handed wrench. It's okay.
A what? You have a what?
Yes, it has lain dormant for quite some time.
Oh no.
Wait, I have to ask about. Did you say that? Is that actually said in character?
Yes, I totally say it.
Oh, shh.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
left
no,
him
Agent-
unattended for a moment.
I need to roll deception.
You ever seen The Expanse? I modeled this character after Amos.
Again, just the
rolling
thunder wrench is being lifted.
DM, what's my DM? I need to
A
hold
moment,
the shock. I
Brian.
need to keep the shock hidden.
Wait, this is an ally. Why do I need to take a moment? You're
If
not
you
thinking clearly.
Aegis, make an insight check.
Okay. Not on Astartes.
Always the moment Brian is ever left unattended.
It's the Dan.
Zero.
Because he's
Zero.
zero.
Fine. Yeah, for the sake of this is for insight to be a deception to be beaten.
I need to.
I can't
doesn't want-
babysit you, Aegis.
Wow, what of assignment do I have here?
I'm so
I
proud of you.
Because I'm pretty sure I get negatives to this regardless. So
He is not a member of the Machine Cult nor an Iron Hand, so you are at -2.
all right, perfect.
I do have.
Oh, just
wait,
at
wait,
the
I do
end, too.
have
-1. He is a member of the Machine Cult.
Yep,
Oh,
I
yes?
do have the keyword. Yeah, I do have
Yeah,
the
he
keyword.
has a Adeptus
Okay.
Mechanicum.
In one then.
So I'm just aware that I want to make
it's a
sure other
tragic
players
part
get
of
a
her
chance as well,
backstory,
so
that.
we need to keep going. It's also just occurred
Just
to me,
barely.
Oggy here is basically Bane, but in 40k.
Yeah,
Am I rolling my?
that's where my comment
What's
was.
my?
Yes, that's come back to haunt me, Jacob.
All right, what's my DN?
So how many successes did you roll? Brian.
Me one. Yeah, insight's done. He's not gonna rely on his insight anyways. Like he's totally all about the whatever's listed there. Checks out.
So you get a DN1 insight check against
Third.
Aegis. 6 successes. As Aegis says this, your biometric, like his armor sends across a confirmation ping to you, confirming that he is telling the truth.
Yep. She'll say, "That is very interesting. Is there anything else about your armor I should know?"
I mean, it's an open book to any loyalist member of Reed. Ask away. It's all there.
As a table, would we all like to give one fact about Aegis for Miles?
Yep. She'll ask you a bunch of open-ended
I'll
questions,
start.
and
In the data files for Aegis' armor, there is direct contamination to the Necron Flare virus. Brian,
okay.
That's gone. Remember?
it's
Alternate-
gone, but the
alternate-
record of it is there. So it's gone, but it's
wait,
logged as something on the system.
Well, I mean, we're in that alternate timeline where it never happened, right?
Oh, true. Yeah, fuckery did
Yeah.
happen.
Yeah.
The living metal happened though. The Necrodermis.
Oh,
That happened.
so I took all the crits instead of getting healed. So
You're true.
this
yeah.
whole time,
Okay.
Omnis has been dormant, and he spoke for the very first time
Yep.
on this mission.
In that case, Miles,
Yeah.
there is no Necron dead here whatsoever.
Yeah, get with that. Gotcha, bitch. Only a little corrupted. Just a.
You would see the data on the armor is that the armor does belong to the first company, Iron Hands. It dates back to the Heresy as a suit of Terminator armor belonging to the Gorgon Terminators. The armor has, however, been recently re-identified as belonging to Talon Sol of the Raven Guard 19th Legion. There is trace elements of a rogue AI within the armor acting as a machine spirit.
And we'd have the
Sometimes his
information
butt
on
itches.
Talon Soul. Right?
Document, capture the proof. You know what? She will ask. And how did you come by this rogue AI?
Oh, well, let me play you the footage of the interaction on Avalos. Here you go, send file.
You would see footage from the party's actions on the planet of Avalos that did result in Exterminatus, where a rogue AI had been fucking with the governor's palace. It was able to infest multiple armor systems. Initially, it acted more like an antithesis and an antagonist of the party, but it does appear that over time it has become more of an ally than an enemy.
Noted.
You would, however, note that there are recorded incidents of multiple versions of the same AI, but taking on different personalities. The Omnus AI appears to have been shattered into many pieces, with the primary AI being located aboard the Redacted, taking on the form of Redacted.
Is there a way I could attempt to remove the redactions?
You would need direct clearance from High Inquisitor Valerie Reed.
Ah. I don't need that to be unredacted. This is kind of damning enough.
Christ. Well, before your interactions continue, I am aware that we have 4 other players in the game.
Yeah, please go.
So as you're mulling over that information, Brian, Jacob, George, and Liam, I'm going to grab a can of Coke. I will be able to hear you. What is it you guys are up to?
I'm gonna do. I want to do the thing that we discussed, Bob, on multiple occasions. I realise that he's gone. Probably.
He can still hear you.
Yeah. That's what I wanted. I will require Storm for that one.
Yeah, sounds
So-
good, George, by all means.
But I don't know if Liam wants to do anything, because he might have a short thing he wants to do.
Honestly, mine's of little consequence, so genuinely, you crack on.
I say if it's of little consequence, then you might want to get yours done first, so you actually.
Preziah would like to look at requisition.
Absolutely, let's go. What would you like?
An
Also, by the way, we are
eviscerator.
considering this essentially the equivalent of a long rest. So if everyone wants to remove all shock and health, please, and wounds, please do. An eviscerator, you say?
An eviscerator.
A good and fine choice, sir.
Okay. Right. Okay, we are not on an Astartes vessel, but eviscerators are not uncommon. So I will maintain the rarity of rare. The eviscerator has a value of 6, which means you have a DN 8 to beat, if you would like to roll your influence.
I only have an influence of 2, is this correct?
It sounds about right. Well, hang on, you should have influence equal to your tier. David casually loading up Slay the Spire, respect the shit out of that.
Whilst I'm in the downtime of...
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm tempted to join you, but I shan't. It should be tier plus 2.
Fellowship.
Yes, you get a bonus to your thing from your tier, don't you? Oh no, you get wealth equal to your tier. Wealth equal to your tier.
Yeah, wealth is tier.
Influence is fellowship plus 1, isn't it?
Yeah, because I'm just trying to work it out, because
fellowship, kind of. I think it's just fellowship. And you can get other bonuses through.
One moment, I will double check. Influence. Interaction.
Yeah, because the archetype influence for librarian, I'm just going off of Doctors of Doom. The archetype influence for librarian is 2 on its own. Rubicon Primaris adds 1, so that's 3 before we start.
Yeah. 1 second. I found it in the book. I'm nearly there. Raft die, raft complications. Rather make sure we get it right, 169, not 6. Influence test. You use your position to reputation. Influence comes from random time. It doesn't tell me how much influence you get. How incredibly annoying. 205. Nope. 37, that'll be that one. Why didn't they put the smallest number first? That deeply angers me. Influence, a measure of your social authority and reputation. When you are in a civilized environment, you can make influence tests to get and acquire items. Your starting influence is equal to your fellowship -1. So you are starting at 0, Liam. However, you have upped your fellowship to 4. Unlike your skills, you're in a feudal system, your ranks are certain talents. So what do you get for being a... here we go. Defender on the chapters, Rubicon Primaris. Changes. Hasn't been taken into account. No worries. Right, Liam, list me the things affecting your influence, sir.
Librarian influences that is on +2. Rubicon Primaris applies a +1 to that.
Okay, so that would be a base of 4 -1 to 3, plus your modifiers gives you an influence of 6. Done.
Cool. Many thanks, my good sir.
Always worth triple checking such things.
Thank
It
you.
should be 7 because you've also got your. Do you have 2?
Huh?
What's the problem, Jacob?
Am I going insane?
Maybe.
Yes.
Welcome to
Likely.
Tattletale's RPG.
Probably.
The insanity is in fact contagious.
Yeah, it says you've got Rubicon Primaris and Psychic Revelation on your sheet.
No.
Did you
I
take
should not
2?
have psychic revelations.
Rubicon Primaris. I don't see Psychic Revelations. Where are you seeing that?
Under Ascensions, in notes.
How strange. Yeah, I was looking under effect. Neither, it's worth mentioning, are affecting his influence. Under effects, there's just Rubicon Primaris, and that's blank. That's not doing anything. I'll just delete Psychic Revelations for you, Liam. There you go.
Thank you.
Pardon me. Apologies.
And
Still stick.
you say a DNA, did you say?
It will be DN8. Don't forget you can spend Wrath if needed, or you can borrow Wrath, or just ask Erlo. Also,
I will be a brave little munchkin.
Ooh, you could spend 2
Ooh.
Wrath to up that to 8 if you wish. Sorry, not Wrath, Wealth.
I will spend 1 wealth and get the completion.
Alright, Wealth down to 4. Nice. And what was it you wanted? You wanted a...
Eviscerator.
Yes, that was it. Core rulebook. You now are the proud owner of 1 Eviscerator, sir.
Thank you muchly.
So,
And that is genuinely what I wanted.
interaction, as you return to the Dreadspear, there are members of the Sin Feast around, because obviously, you know, you guys have been fighting alongside them. You would be brought in front of... which of the named characters? I won't make it the Chapter Master, that seems a little too keen. You know?
Oh, you can be keen if you want, like, you know.
That's alright. We'll just make it we'll make it the Red Hand, Malachi.
It'll be like Malachi.
This creepy motherfucker, who as you approach sort of watches you, and then, but as you kneel before him, he places his hand on your cheek, and he goes, "My finest blade, you have performed adequately this most recent of engagements. What news from the front? How fare you alongside those of lesser faiths than our own?"
I'm gonna kind of thematize it as like Prezai is severely like autistic.
He's a space marine. Yeah.
Yeah. Like with other chapter marines, it's kind of well known that the Sin Beast are extremely disturbing.
Yes. You're normal
And
to
he
yourselves.
Yeah, and he voices himself into such a way that he is not uncommon to that of other Astartes, but with other Astartes, with other Sin Feast, full Sin Feast, he will look up. My Lord Malachi, it has been a challenge. Salvation is a strange kill team, one that I am not used to beholding very often. Their infighting should have had them decimated on the battlefield long ago, but they are effective, unlike that of many Astartes I have ever met. They would do us proud.
A bold claim for those uninitiated in the word and the way. Have you consumed any of their flesh yet to know the truths of their lies?
That is in due time. I observe, and then I consume. That is the way. But
Be cautious, young Presaris. It is written in the book of consumption that to not partake in the flesh of thy brother is a sin unto him.
and that is always the intent, my lord. The consumption of their flesh is but in due time. It is prudent to, of course, acclimatize to that which I have joined first. I am certain that all of us here have not consumed the flesh of all of salvation.
He leans in. But not all of us have become lick splitters to the Inquisition, nor work alongside them as closely as you, Uzziah. I pray upon my prayers and sin that you do not become soft, brother. But, as I say, you have performed well, and the Lord Mordred has deemed it fit that you receive a boon for your service.
I am not worthy of such boons.
None
but I will
are worthy
gladly.
of boons. And he turns and gestures to the doorway, and it opens, and you see 3 figures walking in, regular humans in beige robes covered in blood. And they kneel in front of you, and you, as practice would demand, kneel in front of them. These are your nephews.
Blood thicker than water, is that what it says?
So the Synthests almost exclusively recruit from people they pick up around and turn to the faith, but they have a very close relationship with their chapter serfs, and they often recruit from their chapter serfs as well, with the members of the Sin Feast who are still alive acting like guardian angels to their own bloodline. The eldest of your nephews, sort of shaved head, sort of bunched muscles, looks up at you, takes out a small filleting knife and carves off the front strip of his face like a vertical line down the forehead and nose, and he wraps it round the hilt of the eviscerator. Stinging, obviously. From the blood of the innocent to the unanointed of the Emperor's gifts, we give unto you, great ancestor, this blade of our family. Please, wield it in his name.
My nephew, I take this with humility. But I will remind you, the teachings, none of us are innocent, my nephew. We work our lives to expunge sin.
Indeed, Lord Uzziah, we shall flagellate upon the morrow. And they bow and start to leave the room. And your eviscerator, I'm going to theme it. It's not even like a modern eviscerator. You know how like the old chainswords don't have the cover and are like fully teeth on both sides, like chains, like classic.
Yeah, solid like Mad Max energy.
It's a massive two-handed version of that. Think Gabriel Seth style.
Like solid Mad Max energy.
Yeah.
I will take it, and I will marvel at the bare bones efficiency
Okay.
This will serve me well.
Okay. Anyone who's next?
Suppose it's by time. It's now or never.
Indeed. I ain't gonna live forever. I ain't gonna live without. Go on then. What are you up to, George?
So, Ryan, kind of taking a moment to contemplate within the chapels, finally think to yourself, it is time. As he would actually vox to the apothecary Storm.
Not Kayla, specifically going for Storm.
Yes, there is. It's both player like having Jacob included, and also there was
absolutely. No, I'm
Yeah.
more asking in case like you omit Kalis.
It's less so I omit Kalis in the idea of wanting him to be actively out of the process, but more so I'm going through the most available channel, which is currently Storm.
By all means.
Yeah.
Slowly usurping.
Yeah, quite. No, it's more in case it's something that Kalis needs to be in on, as he is the official apothecary.
On a technicality, yes, he should be very much involved.
I could include Kalis if you want, Jacob.
You don't need to for my sake. I'd like to stress.
No, I'm the more poking fun at Jacob here, who's going by technicality.
Oh, I see it.
Hey.
I know what you're asking. That's all.
Both work.
Yes, I did fun.
Apothecary Storm, a moment if you will.
Of course, Ryan. Where shall I meet?
I'll be moving to the barracks that contains the various troops, specifically those belonging to the Avalosians. We'll be meeting their higher command, so let's try to have some decorum.
It's fine, Aegis won't be present. We should at least be able to get through it. Without something happening.
Aegis right now with the new character. Go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep.
As a girl, kind of after some time when we finally actually managed to gather outside where the Avalosians are actually being held.
Yep.
As I imagine that they have their own distinct kind of section where they and not by as in they're being actively segregated, but you know how I guess human tribalism is very much a thing.
It
They
takes-
tend to.
I actually have artwork for it. A little bit of time goes by because it's hard to know where to find humans on a ship like this, especially for Astartes. But eventually you hear word of a location called the Chapel to Avalos Fallen, which is where all of the relics of Avalos are held. And it has been turned essentially into a what's it called? Like a barracks. It's been turned into a meeting place for those loyal to the old Avalos. It is lined with pews that have, books of the Imperial Creed, the Levitico Divinitatis. The stained glass windows have been replaced with pictures of Avalos and the Governor's Palace, the floating island, the waterfall, and there is a statue at the top end here of two Space Marines stood back to back. One appears to be in black cataphracti Terminator armor, the other wielding a Crozius and a skull mask. They are stood upon a mound of dead Tyranids, but in those dead Tyranids are the faceless masks of fallen Astartes who go unremembered. And enveloping both of these Astartes is the Emperor, sort of wrapping his arms around them like a protective shield. The statue is crude, but beautifully, passionate in its creation.
Before we fully enter the room, Ryan does take a moment to speak with Storm. There are two reasons of which I wish to bring you here. You are able to ascertain to one, correct?
I believe so, yes.
Secondly, you have heard stories about Salvation's adventures I suppose. You know, or at least very heard of, our deeds and likely our misdeeds in equal measure.
Yes, I have read the records.
To read the records is one, apothecary. If you are to work, at the very least with me, I wish to show you for which one of many things that I fight for in this kill team, what I, as a chaplain, stand for. These people are such examples. So if you would please join me, I wish to check on them.
Of course. Lead the way.
As you would arrive in the chapel, immediately people stand. There's a ripple that runs around the room. And as they stand, they then fall to their knees, the sign of the Aquila in front of their chests. All bar one, who has stood by the statue drinking a mug of recaf. It's worth mentioning the commissar next to him has fallen to his knees, but this man hasn't.
I would kind of like more like respectfully, like a respectful slow walk, as I kind of acknowledging each individual as they drop to their knees. As I bring myself to the front where this individual stands, I can.
You would recognise Captain Gremarch Grimley.
Captain.
Brother Ryan. It's an honour, sir.
Do not speak of honor. This is not a time to sugarcoat such. No, to what the word would I use? What would Ryan use? You do not call.
For pleasantries.
Yeah, that's the one. Thank you, Jacob.
Indeed. Why have you come and graced us with your presence, Lord?
It is the duty of a chaplain to care amongst his brothers, to assure that all are going across the straight and narrow path, to ward them to each other from corruption, and to remind ourselves as to why we fight. I decided that it was time that I faced what I truly thought was reason for why I still fight. I came to see how were the Avalosians.
He looks around, pondering it. Are you helmeted or unhelmeted?
How do I say? He wouldn't, of his own volition, remove his helmet. If specifically an Avalosian was to, he would.
If you are helmeted, you can see the unease around the room. I think it's an easy thing for Space Marines and Astartes to forget transhuman dread. And even though the Avalosians have acquitted themselves incredibly over the many year missions you have fought alongside them, you are in their safe space right now. You're in their bubble, as it were.
Yeah.
It's one thing to fight alongside you, it's another to drop in unannounced. And there is an unease around the room, but no one is reaching for a gun, no one is defending themselves. You are the saviour of Avalos. They will not raise a hand to you.
I understand that my presence would cause a bit of unease amongst you.
It's only natural, Lord. Please do not take offence. We have never been able to conquer some of our fears.
It is not something to take offence to. I understand. I wish to speak with you, Captain. It is a difficult topic, but one that I must carry out, as such is my duty. If you would walk with us.
I'll walk, but we must return shortly. You've come at a time of mourning, and there are duties I must perform, which you would honour us if you remained for, Lord.
I understand. I believe, I know of whom would you speak.
I pray you do. Then he steps forward and he goes, I don't believe you've ever met my wife, my son. And you see a young boy, maybe 6 years old, and a woman, dark-skinned lady, sort of cradling him in her arms as they sort of sit in a pew before the altar. And many more here who survived Avalos, Lord.
I've heard reports that there are perhaps thousands left.
Yeah, scattered, mind you. Here aboard the Dreadspear we number the hundreds. We are the biggest congregation. But we have contact with some of the other vessels. Indeed, a small delegation of us was requested by your brothers in the Sin Feast. But the majority of us are here, Lord.
And how has morale fared? As I've seen many Avalosians within the field of battle, they've still kept that charmingly foolhardy nature amongst you. I pray that it is the same amongst many that are left.
You see his face crack for a second, and his chin wobbles. It's been harder. As of late, sir. It's been harder.
I see. Then... you kind of as like they kind of walk away, there's more the kind of like the solitude from those other... You are leading the rest of the congregation that reside here.
I am. They've they seem to remember what we did for them on Avalos, sir. You, me, my father. So yes, they've, in their wisdom, they've deemed it that I lead them. I'm not going to argue.
Then I have a proposition, a consideration for those of the Avalosians.
Alright. And he sort of turns, looking around. Listen up, you bastards! He's about to talk, and silence falls across the entire room. The Avalosians are rapt with attention.
People of Avalos, hardship are one thing that plagues the Imperium. It has bred many breeds of men and women. Cowards. But at equal measure, and in greater number than ever to be admitted, it has made heroes, generations of heroes. As such, I've come seeking and requesting that of the Avalos once more. I ask you for duty. I sacrifice my pride to ask as such. The Dark Angels have need of newer, fresher recruits.
There's a ripple that goes around the room. Carry on.
I understand. Is it kind of more like...
It's I think people start to pick up on what you might be saying.
I understand that to ask this of you is great. I do not seek to drive you all into a corner. If you believe it is a calling... Apologies, as a player trying to find the words.
Take your time, mate. Take your time.
If there are those amongst you who wish to answer the call, those who can willingly offer, I ask not just as a chaplain of the First, but I ask as one who has fought alongside you, has seen those in action. I have seen the heroes of Avalos. I have bared witness to how the Avalosians dealt and triumphed in times of hardship. It is the qualities like these of which an Astartes make.
There's a hushed murmuring before Grimarch raises his hand. My lord, Rhine, we are ignorant of the ways of the Angels of Death. But name your tally and price in blood, and you see every man stands, irregardless of age, because obviously they don't know about age requirements and all of this, and they step forwards. And you will have your chapter anew, my lord.
I just realised, just out of character a second, would it be at all possible to also pitch to the Dark Angels chapter to perhaps set some of the older, those of willing to join, as auxiliaries?
Yeah, that would be
If
doable.
Those willing to fight alongside me, I would petition to my lord as auxiliaries, extensions of the chapter. Those who are willing to give unto us their sons. Ryan would say kind of like the age bracket. I can't remember off the top of my head the exact.
It varies between chapter to chapter because the older you are, the higher the rate of failure. But it hasn't been on like in the Age of Heresy, they were pumping like 30-year-olds in and just going like seeing what stuck, you know, and hoping for the best.
Yeah.
For the most part, it's young. It's pre-puberty because the ascension happens alongside the hormonal increase of puberty. And you see, as you say that, Grimarch's eyes flicker to his son, and a dark sort of shadow falls across his face.
I would not ask you sacrifice more than you ever think you could pay. For it is my honour as chaplain to ask that of the Avalosians, what they hold dearest, their own.
Murmurs go round the room, and Grimarch goes, "Let us think upon it, Lord. Today is a day of heavy decisions and choices, but if you would honour us," and you hear a bell, boom, toll in the background. "If you would honour us, would you lead us in prayer?"
But of course.
And as you sort of step forwards in front of the statue that's clearly you, the doors at the entrance of the chapel open, and 6 Avalosians walk in. They're not casual like everyone else in the room. They are wearing the full feudal knight plate armour of their regiment, the wings of their jump packs, their grav chutes behind them. They have shouldered at their sides, hipped their las carbines, and they are carrying a coffin over their shoulders. And Grimarch goes to the side and raises a hand as heads bow as the coffin passes down the centre of the chapel towards that golden statue. And Gremarch stands on top of a pulpit with the heads of the winged eagle in front of him. Brothers and sisters of Avalos, our planet is gone, and you hear them say, our planet is gone. But we are anointed today with a decision given unto us by the Saviour of Avalos and his ally, and he gestures to you, Jacob, because obviously I recognise you're here as well. But today is not just a day of looking to the future and what yet we may give to the Emperor. Blessed be him on Terra. Today we look to the past for the naught but one Saviour of Avalos. Naught were they all Astartes, and the coffin gets placed in front of the statue. Some were but men. Today we remember Officer Grimley of the Avalosian Defence Force. My father. And how much of the funeral do you want to RP? I recognise most of everyone in call is almost muted, and I feel really bad about that.
I don't believe that I need as much as Ryan would say from this point on. So if he helps to fast track things, then to kind of expedite the process.
Hey, Jacob, you're there too?
Yes, I am.
Anything Gerhardt wants to do?
There is absolutely nothing I can say here. The man brought me to a pep rally.
To be fair, I expected there to be in times of mourning. I did not expect a full-blown funeral. But you know
it's
what?
Officer fucking Grimley.
Man, it's always weird when someone brings a guest to a funeral.
You guys are fake.
Now, to be fair, I wanted to show Storm exactly what it was Ryan was about anyway. So you know what? This is a dub either way.
So, Gerhardt
Got it
gives
confirmed.
an accountance. Gremarch gives an accountance of Officer Grimley's life, but he ends it with, "My father was a grenadier in the Guard before his retirement and instruction within the PDF. But I believe the greatest achievement of his life was to serve alongside the Angels of Death, which obviously begun with the fall of our planet to the Xenos taint, but continued unto this very crusade in which we are a part of now. Officer Grimley did and died doing what he loved, fighting for his home, for his people, and serving the God Emperor of mankind, blessed he. But now," and he walks down the parapet and places his hand on the coffin, "now, Officer Grimley, we condemn you to rest, for your duty has ended, while ours remains." And he steps away as the coffin is lowered into like a slit in the ground and closed and incinerated. Remember, Angels of Avalos, repent, for tomorrow you may die. To the sons of Avalos, to my son and to those who remain, if you wish to serve alongside the Angels of Death, and you hear the calling of him, let none gainsay you, let none choose for you. Take your time and step forth. And in the quietness after the funeral, one by one, children come to you, Ryan. You have to turn away some of them on account of the fact they're girls. But the children of Avalos do come. Some boys obviously remain, their mothers not letting them. But I'll say maybe 80% of the children, maybe 60 or 70 young boys.
Oh, it's heartbreaking to know that not all of them will return. Just like out of character thinking,
Yeah.
like, not all.
Success rate especially with the Rubicon Primaris, is only about 20%, I think.
Some of you may die, and that's a sacrifice I'm willing to make.
But it's honestly for like out of character that makes my heart wrench. But Ryan, as one knows, this is kind of like the grim duty. This has to happen.
As
Chill out, though. That's why you've got a second heart.
true,
Duh.
in case the first one breaks. As you stand there, Ryan, looking at the spot in the floor where your friend Grimly now remains and lies, you look down at a face that is a spitting image of the old bastard. And the young, and I hate to tell you this, but he was named long before, but the young Georgie Grimly looks up at you. I hear the call, Master of the Angels of Death. You can see Gremarch in the background with a face of absolute pain, but acceptance.
Apothecary Storm.
Yes, Ryan.
It's kind of like there's almost like the hesitation. It's like we'll have. They should be prepped to be screened. I
shall evaluate them.
Thank you. Would like Ron would like to look to stop for a second. Would there be anything immediate that Dawn could see about these Avalosians? Is there any distinct traits?
If Jacob would like to make me a test of his choice, I'll give different answers depending on what you choose. So, like, medicate about their physicality, you know.
I'm about all about that body side of things. So let's go.
Okay.
Athletics, wrestle them.
Fucking, to become an artist, you have to beat Ryan in an arm wrestle.
If you can dodge the apothecary, you could dodge a bullet.
Fuck's sake. Give me an athletics check. No particular DN then. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, don't worry.
Check or something.
Can I use related space for an implant for my athletics test?
What? Yeah, you're an apothecary. I'll allow it.
Perfect.
I think he meant
hang on.
I meant medicate.
No.
I did say, fuck's sake. Over the course of the coming...
all of this.
Over the course of the coming...
Fucking bait someone.
Over the course of the coming hour, you put the children through a strenuous, sort of like, physical test. 3 of them pass out from exhaustion. But by the end of it, you're confident that
they're not gonna make it.
You're confident that some of them will. The thing that's difficult with the Avalosians, Avalos had a lower gravity than Terran Standard. So many of these children are struggling from muscle apoxia because they are used to a gravity that is lighter than their own. Also, which means that they've grown tall and lanky, and now they're on a spaceship with a Terran Standard gravity, their muscles are struggling. Getting them into the physical space you will need them, Gerhardt, is going to be a grueling regimen of military activity, beyond what you would even usually do. But
Good.
That 20% may be down at 15.
There is
16 successes on that test. I'm going to drill these fuckers until they're ready.
There is a point, like... it very eases my mind. There is a point where if some aren't deemed fit, they will actually be able to return to their families. Therefore, it's not a completely...
Absolutely. This is a physical pre-examination before any surgeries. You're not doing those yet.
Oh yeah, that's where the success rates really start to drop.
That's what causes the success rate. But you get
looking at the Georgie kid, just disappointing. He's not gonna make it.
Quite the opposite.
He's named.
Actually, no, what? Fuck.
He's named. He's dying.
Quite the opposite. As you are doing these tests, Georgie Grimly is one of the first to finish, and he looks at you, and he's stained red from where his body is just burning up. He's no older than maybe 9 or 10. And he, and he sort of stands, he's fallen to his knees in exhaustion. And as you sort of move towards him with the Gravis armor, he looks up at you and goes, "No!" And shaking, every muscle breaking under him. You know when like you're just physically so weak you just want to collapse. He stands to his feet, straight back, Aquila. And if there's one thing in your assessments you get, Jacob, physical, they're gonna suffer. Body, they're gonna break. But the spirit of Avalos will never break. Even those that are on the brink of death do not show it. And you could easily work them to death if you wanted to.
Look at me, child. Your body will break. Your nerves will be on fire. Your muscles will tear. But don't ever let me see that spirit break. For that is what makes an Astartes who they are.
My lord, pain is but the Emperor remoulding me in your image. I will
In
do
my
you proud,
image.
Lord Rhine, Lord Gerhard. My grandfather is watching me. And he pukes on the ground.
It's good to hear you've survived the warm-up. Tomorrow will be more grueling.
I think, yeah, he just pukes on the ground, but yeah. Alright.
I'm trying to psychologically break them to test them.
I figure you will. Yeah, absolutely. I tell you what, I'll roll some athletics behind the scenes and I'll see how it starts going. However, as this scene begins to fade out to black, I know where next we go to in the narrative as you arrive at Gerzag. Is there anyone else wanting to chip in? Everyone's now had a chance, which I'm thankful for. Except maybe David, actually. But...
Yeah, David's not had a chance.
Well, I mean, I was going
Could I
to...
requisition some gear?
yes, absolutely. But let's give David a chance to do some shenanigans
Yeah.
as well.
Well, I mean, I was going down to the med bay to actually get patched up properly by our resident...
By Kalis.
by Kalis, our resident Scorpion.
Okay.
And then God knows what his weird ass is going to start talking about now.
Oh, Kalis, he's not that weird.
He is obsessed with
he's French.
perfection.
Yeah. I mean, he's a red
yeah,
scorpion. Like...
Yes,
So,
that's what I mean.
as you're on the slab with Kalis, he is silent, unresponsive unless you engage with him.
So, Doc, how long is this gonna take? I've got drinking to do.
My friend, you are heavily wounded from your actions on the Avician. But
it's a
Bonami,
couple of
you will
scrapes.
recover.
It's a couple of scrape.
You have lost your hand. Do you require Orkmetic?
Is it gonna cost me?
You will need to requisition one from the quartermaster, but also approval from myself.
I don't trust that bastard.
No do I. My concern, Sven Grimsnar, is this is the second limb you have lost, including your eyeball, and your knee still requires my attentions. So, oh my god, the accent just gets worse every session.
Yeah, we are. Let's enter the chat.
Why are we going more and more Ratatouille French?
Yeah, it really is. The attentions I have given you will suffice, but I forewarn you, with your hand damaged, you will not be able to wield either your storm shield or your axe.
A storm shield isn't be strapped on, it'll be fine.
Then it will defend you from behind, but not the front, eh? I must admit to you, Sven, I feel out of the loop. I am one of Reed's most staunch and closest allies, and have been for some time, and yet I remain unknowledgeable of all that occurs.
Well, got nothing but time here, Doc. While you patch your way, just ask. If I know anything, I'll tell you.
What do you make of the of the Sin Feast? You have served alongside Uzziah now.
Well, they're a weird bunch, I'll give them that, but everybody's all fucked up one way or the other, I suppose. Definitely.
A most relaxed style for an Astartes. Were you struck in the head?
Yes. Hence why I lost my eyeball.
I will investigate any cognitive damage that may have occurred from the blow.
I mean, the devouring of the flesh and sins not really my kind of thing. I get, like, I mean, if you've heard of, like, the death, what do they call themselves, the death scepters or whatever, they throw...
I am familiar with the Death Scepters. I had the displeasure of fighting alongside them at Badab.
Yeah, obviously, like, they've got their own weird shit going on with their chapter masters and having to go through 2 deaths and all that crap. Like, it's just another... I don't know, I guess you could say doctrine. Every chapter's got one.
I have not yet attended to him. Do you think he will be receptive to my requirements?
That's... You know... He might, but he'd probably also ask for any flesh that you remove, just so he can eat it or give it to others of his company to eat. And I guess it means less waste disposal for you.
I suppose, and I have nothing against, as I say, the cultures of other chapters. But, I will admit, I do not look forward to having that thing under my knife. But you are well. Request an augmetic and I will see it bonded to you.
Alright, thanks, Doc. We'll do the job for now.
So,
I'll go give him a quick...
arm.
Yes. Well, hand slash...
Yeah, I'll lower the rarity because it's just the hand, but you will need an arm.
Yep.
You gonna want some help with that?
Most likely. Oh, well, actually, can I berate this guy for selling me dodgy, combat stims, saying that I bought them from good faith and they don't work?
If you want to piss off your apothecary, you can.
No, it's not the apothecary I bought it from. It's the
the quartermaster.
The quartermaster, yeah, because I bought these off of him. So,
who is the
these are the ones which
on your ship these days, Liam?
Hang on.
Dead. No stress.
Hang on.
Sorry, I'm here.
I was about to summon you through a very specific all,
Wiggle.
but it's okay.
Who is the quartermaster aboard the Dread Spear these days, Liam?
It was the quartermaster's assistant. We
Yes.
didn't give him a name.
No, it was just the random schmuck, wasn't it? He's been
Random
shot
schmuck
for
in therapy.
selling faulty combat drugs, and has since been replaced by a servitor until further notice.
Okay, let's speak to the servitor.
God. The servitor is the same dude, having been shot and turned into a servitor.
As it should be.
I'd put it as a challenge. New guy, play a servitor.
Yeah, go on, Miles.
What?
Hey, you're a D&D
Yeah, play a servitor.
You're on the spot.
Go on.
Play the servitor.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Tattletales hazing. You have to be lobotomized.
I have to be lobotomized.
This is the best way. For my hazing, I took control of a guardsman tank that was dropped into a war zone,
Literally
and then
podded in a tank, didn't we? That was fucking quality.
and then picked up a player character's spare augmetic arm that got blown off, pointed it at the enemy, and declared fire.
And it was for the greater good.
And
Yep,
you
the
need to
servitor.
lobotomized to a human.
Yeah.
One of us.
What were you going to say, Miles?
One of you. Yep. The servitor will look at the approaching Astartes and go, "What is required?"
Perfect.
Amazing.
I require an augmetic hand, and also from your last prior services, prior to your servitorship, I purchased combat stims from you. 2 out of 3 have failed me in dire combat.
Wah, wah.
Such actions, had you not been turned into a servitor, would have led to you requiring this process if you were lucky to be left with anything after I was done with you. Nonetheless, I require a refund and then a augmetic hand.
Just
Process
before
that
he asks,
information.
You do not have a manager. He cannot speak to them.
Well, God damn it!
Yep.
I feel like this is that moment where you're in a voicemail and you've ran out of time, but you still have a lot more to say.
Yeah. It's one of them.
The server's ran
Wow.
out of characters of understanding. Please return tomorrow.
Accessing inventory. DM, I'm assuming we do have augmetics, correct?
Oh, absolutely. There's an augment. You can. Yeah,
Yeah.
there is definitely some augmetics. The Dread Spear is pretty kitted out.
Deny him, please.
Compliance. This unit has found a worthy augmetic. Request for repayment. Denied. This unit does not have solars.
The DN for the. Let's see. Before you give your response, Miles, let's see if he passes the check or not. So an augmetic arm has a rare value of 4 and is rare, which means you need DN 6. But because it's only a hand, I'm going to say it's DN 5. I'm going to lower the amount.
And this is an influence check, correct?
It is an influence check. You may spend wealth. You may also request help from other people if you desire.
If only we were
I mean-
friends. I have a very high one of those.
All you gotta do-
I'm doing a test roll.
All you gotta do is a secret handshake and it'll let you. Oh wait.
That's 9-6. Oh, that's a eviscerator. That's the
I was about
eviscerator.
Yeah, sorry, I was just doing a test roll.
That's a very dead
We
servitor.
were all excited for a second then, huh?
I mean, if I had my hand spare, I would give it to get all of Isaiah's influence, just so he could nom on it.
That's true.
But it got
You could barter with
disintegrated.
Liam. Yeah.
It got disintegrated. Although then again, he's gonna have to cut open flesh and remove some to put this in properly.
Oh, dear.
Technically, you could ask Ambrose for help if you wanted to.
It's his shit.
Ambrose! Get your ass here! I'll shout over the Vox.
Replying to the Vox.
20 melter
You are
guns.
You are in Astartes. Remember who you are talking to, Brother Sven Grimsnarl. I will be down shortly, but remember that.
This is your damn bot refusing service properly. Not giving
Compliance,
me a refund.
hailing. Compliance, hailing. Insert name here. captain
Ambrose
gets
will
another
walk
call.
through the door.
Ambrose gets another call.
On the way down, I'll answer the call.
Yeah.
Didn't I
This
put you to
unit-
work?
Sorry, say again.
Didn't I put you to work? What do you want?
The Astartes has asked to hail you. I am complying.
I am en route to attend to the Fenrisian wolf.
As you say that, and the server to him, there's a boom, boom, as another incoming call comes through to Ambrose, this time from the Magos.
Magos, I appreciate that you are extremely busy, likewise with myself.
Ambrose, my
Please.
lord, Admiral Ambrose, I've detected a rogue access to your data slate from on account of what appears to be a malfunctioning servitor. Just wanted to let you know I'm on it, and you shouldn't receive any more spam calls, sir.
Magos, with the greatest of respect, you have not been in this position very long. If I get another faulty servitor, so help me God. I've already had the singularity cannon go off.
Right you are, sir, and and another call comes in. For the attention of the Admiral and Captain of the Dread Spear, this is the Lion of Caliban.
Instantly, my Lord Primarch, how may I help you?
I note you are approaching Gerzag. We have assembled a welcoming party. Dock with the... not the Pride of Talasar, that's the Ultramarine ship. Dock with the Invincible Reason when you are within one cycle. We look forward
You will
to
be
reuniting our forces, and give my regards to your inquisitorial friend.
Sorry,
You
I
will
was
be hailed as soon as we arrive, my lord.
Well done. And the joke ends.
I was expecting a different one. This is Lion the Primarch. The Primarch, the Lion. I require you to send X amount of credits so that I can get out of this country.
Yes, no, you get there's one more call that blips up. Captain Ambrose? Captain Ambrose?
I will have you shot if it's not important.
No, it's important. It's Calliope Reed. Calliope Wren. I am stuck on an Imperial vessel and require 100 credits in order to get to Terra.
Let me know how that goes, hangs up.
It's one more call. Hello, I am a Nigerian prince of the Outer Void.
I've just...
we are trying to refund you your money.
I've been trying to reach you about your car's extension.
A relative of yours got away and left
Not
fortune
only-
in your name.
Not only did the ship
Have you
launch its
checked your
cannon,
friggin'
but the ship has
extended
also
warranty?
leaked its personal details online.
Whatever happened if the ship also lowered the fucking captain's antivirus? Bloop, bloop, Omnus. So, about controlling the ship.
I knew I shouldn't have downloaded Avast!
Oh, that's too... Actually, no, there is... I can do one more that actually fits into the narrative.
There you go.
One more.
There's a bloop bloop, and this time it comes in on an encrypted channel. You would note a shuttle has been stolen from your hangar and is fading out into the void, headed for the Ravage to leave.
This is Admiral Ambrose. If this is something for any of middle management, let me know. Now.
Ambrose, this was a message of respect. Please, do not be so presumptuous. It is I, the Commodore.
No.
Oh no.
Of course, I appreciate how important this is. One moment, please. Puts him on hold, hails the bridge.
You get the vid feed of the Commodore going.
This is Captain Ambrose to the bridge.
Across the stars we will duel.
This is Captain Ambrose to the bridge. Priority absolute. Answer now.
Your ship's
Earth with those actions.
He silenced the call with Kaleem's former character, the Dark Elf. For context, the Commodore is a Dark Eldar who was a part of the party for a while.
Oh, no, you started this. We're finishing
No, I'm
it.
saying we're finishing off, absolutely. You get the helmsman go. This is, helmsman, my lord. I already have a target lock on the fleeing shuttle.
Fantastic. Engage all batteries, and when I am saying I am not fucking with you, helmsman, every single gun.
Understood, my lord. Priming the singularity cannon. And it goes, and you see the Commodore going... Do you? I had a speech planned.
All I can just imagine now is he takes it off of
I
mute.
had a speech planned.
He takes it off mute.
When ready.
Goodbye.
I'm so pissed what that speech was.
There's a
I'll go
moment as
back
the
to,
voice call
the
fails and
comment.
you hear, "As we duel across the stars, you will herald my name as I have returned as the Commodore once more. And in tomorrow I shall be remembered as the man who deceived you all. Among my acolytes and the
Commodore.
homunculus." What the fuck?
No, it's just as he's saying that, the light just starts getting brighter and brighter in the pod, and then it's just
So,
one moment.
until next time we meet, Admiral, from one Navy man to another, as we duel across the stars, because we are men of honor, who would never stop. I see I am a man of honor. He is annihilated.
I know where that speech is from.
If you wouldn't mind, Liam, what a puff!
Yes.
Oh, for those of you who have not seen Blackadder goes forth.
Ambrose just goes to the nearest viewport, and my reaction is in Hangout.
All you watch is a small sun ignite for a moment as the last of the Dark Eldar, and fuck it, Monteo was on that ship as well, vaporized.
No, he's
into
not.
the
Monteo's already exploded.
Did he already? Oh yeah, he has off
Yeah.
screen. Yeah, I forgot.
He's dead.
But yes, the Commodore tried to slip away and escape, and I was going to have a whole speech of him being like, "I will find you again in the void," but you haven't.
We still
That's-
need a requisitions check.
Back to the requisition check.
Ambrose will walk in. To what do I owe the pleasure of this apparently urgent issue, Brother Sven?
I like the idea
It
that this is
refuses
just
to give me a
day in the
refund.
life of Ambrose. Like,
It sold me. That thing before it was a servitor sold me crap. It didn't work. Refuses refund, and I need to get a new hand. If we can smooth this over, whose head do you want chopping off? And I'll go do it.
You know what? I have come across several bargains in my time. I like this one. Right, what is it that you want, boy?
Are you going
Man,
to give him the
Angel.
help with the influence?
Yes.
Essentially, I've offered to kill somebody for him. He's
Yeah.
just like, you know what?
Okay,
Getting
what is your influence?
Where is Ambrose's character sheet?
Just search it. I have so many folders.
You do, and it's not here anymore.
It will be there. Oh, maybe you don't have ownership of it anymore because you have.
No, it's alright. It's under Kill Team Secundus.
Yes,
There we
I
go.
tried to be organised. Believe it or not.
Shut up. Influence 9.
Okay. Giving aid on an influence check isn't really a thing, so I'm gonna halve it rounding down and give you 4 extra dice, David. But of course,
Okey-dokey.
you can spend Ambrose's wealth as well if you wish.
what? Part of the refund. So what was the DN?
Frank, that is exactly what I was going for. The DN is 5.
Don't fool me with that speech. I know where that's from.
Art mirrors
Yeah.
art.
Honestly, that is one of the best episodes that they put out.
Oh, it really is.
Okay,
Right, I
DM5,
gotta go. I'll pop in and say hi.
Yeah, in a
Bye.
bit, Frank. See you in a bit, man.
66.
What? Plays Dark Angels. Yeah.
Aye.
If I add on my 1 wealth and
Yep.
the 1 wealth from Ambrose for having to refund me for the crap that his servitor sold me, would that, so wealth adds a dice, does it?
Adds icon. So say if you
Yeah.
were to roll.
Yeah,
and
it's a
you were-
success.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so if I add on 2 successes, guaranteed successes, then with this.
We haven't even rolled yet. You don't even know if you need the wealth.
This is it.
Yeah.
Like, roll first. Wealth can be declared post.
Well.
So there's 4 successes. So in order to get it, you just need to spend 1 wealth.
Oh, I'll just spend my 1 wealth then.
There you go. Just reduce that down.
You could have Wrath re-rolled as well, because that
Could've.
refreshes every session. The wealth doesn't.
Could have done.
Actually. Okay, that's a fair point.
Give it a quick re-roll. See what you get.
Yep.
Yeah, he's fine.
Hey.
Hey, the damage on your power axe. I just watched it go up because you've got higher strength from the augmetic arm. So, Sven.
My reply was correct.
Yes. So, Miles, just to keep you in the session because I know it's your first one, please describe how the servitor gives the Fenrisian. By the way, he is a wolfen, an augmetic arm.
With half of his face, like the top half of his left hand of his face, blown off.
Yep.
Yep.
It will say, yep, I will now fetch the augmetic. And it starts to shuffle off. It is slow.
Yeah.
It's going to take some time.
It does take time. By the time you are done, a warning chime pings through the Dreadspear as you relocate near Gerzak. Instantly, alarms are blaring. But not for combat. The fleet of the Ursus Crusade has assembled. As you come to the bridge, you look out, and across the void from you, approaching to dock with you, is the Invincible Reason, the flagship of the Dark Angels, 1st Legion Astartes. It is flanked by smaller shoals of lesser ships, but not dwarfing it, but smaller than it, but sailing alongside, you see the, what was it called? Not the Broken Promise, the Profitable Endeavour, the ship of rogue trader Aurak. And then from the void, there's a as the rip and tear of the warp opens, as just the prow of the moon-sized space hulk, known as the Abyssal Maw, pushes into reality as the Sin Feast make their entrance. You see the flotilla of ships begin to spiral around you, forming an honour guard in beige piss yellow as the Narmurian 15ths make contact. The guardsmen you guys have been allied with that you've not spent any time with. But they're sending voxhails across, and a hero's welcome is given to the party. Gentlemen, this is the beginning of the end. Gerzak hangs in the sky before you. The huge planet, about twice the size of Earth, is ringed by a forge ring. You can see what was once snow has become molten. What was once the beautiful white landscapes of this planet have become ashen and cracked. The very planet itself has lost some of its gravity, and magma flows into the orbiting night sky. The forge rings are bustling with defensive towers, iron bastilla. This may be the biggest fight we've ever done in Tattletales. You must
Be a shame if somebody pressed a singularity cannon, right?
You can try.
It's too bad it's fired.
That's true.
To take Urgurzag, you will need to take the Forge Rings, and I have the first mission prepared for that. After that, I will place you on a new map. Actually, I will show you, because I don't believe in hiding stuff from you. So, the first mission will be taking the rings. That will be pretty linear, with your choices being obviously free. After that, we were going into what I am calling Pandoric mode, and this is the final playtest for how I want to run Pandoric. This, hopefully you guys can see it. Nope. Yeah, 1 second. It's fucking visibility again. So it was really majestic and then, did nothing. This
It's Jurassic Park.
Is Jurassic Gurzag. This is Gurzag. You will be able to deploy your tokens. You will be able to lay your forces where you need them to. Everything will be leading to your final assault on the Anvil Spire. But it will be completely up to you how you choose to take the planet. But until then, the ship floating through the void towards you docks with you. And you all meet on the bridge of the Dread Spear once again. And the first thing to come into the room with you all, if I quickly delete some tokens here, you would see Solus, the Black Shield, and the champion fall to their knees. As walking into the room, I realise his token is not here. Imagine, however, a hulking Terminator in beige ivory battle plate, green robe flowing over his armour, which is pissing me off because I made his artwork, bionic eye and lower jaw, carrying a great sword over one shoulder with a hooded green sort of robes. Brother Ryan, you would recognise Master Belial of the First Company. For fuck's sake, I'm quickly
George is too busy nutting.
He would join the code. He would kind of like join with a kind of a salute to the Grand Master of the Deathwing.
Belial salutes you back. It is my honour to be here aboard your vessel, Admiral Ambrose. And he bows to Ambrose, as befitting your rank.
Ambrose would bow back. The honor is mine. I have certainly heard tales of both your heroics and efficiency.
Indeed. It is also my honor to pave the way for my lord, the Lion of Caliban. And you see, as the first company Terminators behind Belial form a line. Oh, that's two of the same dude. My apologies. They have their own banner, George. For some reason
That's
they have
far.
two. Who's got the second one? Who's got a second fucking banner? Who's nicked his banner?
No,
It's Solus. It's Solus. Giving the buff.
Like, damn!
Aldrich's there. Who am I missing? There should be 8 of them. Uriel? Is it you? No, we got Uriel. Zadriel? Got Zadriel.
Halo, Baronikiel,
Mordecai's there.
Zadriel. Can move so I can see.
Oh, it's Crusher. No, it's not Crusher.
No, Crusher's already there.
There it is. It was Tauren, the Thunderhammer dude. They form an honour line. And then, stranger than that, come 4 more Astartes, who push through to the front, utterly silent. And unlike the other members of the First Company, their idents are not pinged out to you. when you read their armour. These Dark Angels are clad in jet black, and they form an honour guard here. 3 of them in power armour, apparently with the same damn tokens. God fucking damn it, I hate it when Foundry does this. Alright, I'll fix 2 of their tokens when no one's looking. It tells me their tokens are fine, and then it replaces their soft tokens, which is just really fucking annoying. I don't know why it does it, but I will fix that in the background. But then, stepping into the room in front of all of you, the Lion makes his entrance, towering above everyone present. Fealty sheathed at his side, the shield of the Emperor on his back. And he moves forwards and places his hands on Erlo and sort of moves you to one side as he goes to the Vox display. And he looks to one and each of you. Brief me of the situation.
Jesus Christ, the man makes people pregnant by looking at them.
From the looks of things, the kill team has taken out the Aravisian, so it's no longer in use. And we have reports saying that the shields on Gerzag no longer exist.
Who are you, mortal, to speak so boldly to a Primarch?
I respect your position. I am Erlo Savini.
Well met, Erlo Savini. I am glad of boldness in these times. Indeed, the shields around Gerzag have indeed fallen. Am I to assume that this was your doing?
Yes, my lord. The shielding itself, according to the reports from Brother Aegis, seemed to have been connected to the Aravisian itself. It seems it was not trying to keep itself protected, but in fact was using its external shielding to other planets, making sieging nigh impossible.
Yes, it was
typical.
It was using
cowardice.
It was using a demon as a conduit. I was able to stop the shielding at a cost.
What cost? You have a reputation, Lord of the 10th.
Some damage to neurobionic. A small wound, soon to be fixed.
I see. Then please accept my genuine, heartfelt thanks and condolences. You may call it a small wound, but I know that any wound to the bionic is like a wound to the flesh to your chapter. Your sacrifice is not ignored. My thanks, cousin. Nephew.
Give him a bow.
So, the time is upon us. We will avenge my brother, Lord Gulliman. Do we know whom we are against? What is the lay of the land? For long we have blockaded this region.
We have confirmation that those of which we will be facing, my lord, will be that of the Votan, corrupted as they are. Short in stature, but they make up for it with armaments that have proven more to rival that of even the Xenos of which has been faced, known as the Tau. Similar in ingenuity, damning all the same. And, of course, this would not go amiss to mention that there will be remnants of that of the heretics of the Dark Mechanicum, a twisted opposition to that of those of the priests of Mars.
Indeed. And tell me, learned of you, what do we know of this new warp god that dares defy my father's realm? What do we know of this Hashut?
Would saying the name be bad?
Not yet. It is a god in ascendancy. So the 4 new gods of chaos that will emerge in the Blackthrone era, they're not true gods. They're still not as powerful as the Pantheon. They're kind of like they're in between. The idea being the 8-pointed star has its 4 points, and they're in between. So like Vashtor is a mix of Tzeentch and Slaanesh. It's between that point. Hashut is between Khorne and Vashtor. You see, sorry, Khorne and Tzeentch. They're their own thing, but they still are part of the Pantheon.
Well, you see, Lord Lion, fuck all.
He looks at you again, and you see him look at you, and he goes, "Ha ha! The boldness of the mortal! Once again, I praise you,
He's gonna get the goofy slap down on him.
To cuss in my presence, you must have a heart of a lion yourself. I would kill any one of my sons for such informality.
I tip it.
I can't kill a player character off for that, so I have to be nice.
I ship the lion.
This is not a time for, like, you know, pleasantry. We're discussing real things. What? Let's cut to what we need.
Indeed, well spoken, well spake, child. Verily I say unto you, we must listen to the lessers of our host. The navigator here is true. Time is of the essence. We must prevent this god's ascension. But I believe we still have not located the keystone by which we came.
And again, we know it's on Urgurzak, right?
Oh, you haven't found it, but there's nowhere else it can be.
Alright.
Well, it could be one place, but that's in a black hole now.
Yeah, literally, I was about to say.
Were the void shields like universal, or were they like more focused on the planet in one way or another?
How do you mean?
Or was it just a universal? I don't know. Like any clues as to like maybe they were shielding a particular area more?
No,
on the
void
off
shields
chance
are far too imprecise for that.
Okay.
This is definitely like they don't shield specific bits.
A part of me is also thinking through kind of like the context clues up to this point. We've never really faced any proper opposition up until it was either the Aravisium with Vefrax. Chances are most of the actual defense were going to always be an Urgurzak, therefore, by connection, you'd think their most valuable items would be on their capital planet, right? That's at the very least my thought process. That if they were to have the keystone anywhere, in any case, it would be on Urgurzak.
Yeah.
Just walking through the logic there, just in case we were thinking, oh, what if it was on the Aravisian?
I will confirm out of character that the keystone is somewhere on Urgurzak. Like, I wouldn't cuck you like that.
The campaign over.
Yeah, quite.
Are you sure?
I mean, I might a little bit, but you know.
Jacob, that's cringe. Funny cringe.
The Lion will definitely have read all of the briefing dockets. It's like, you know.
Of course, like Ryan's 100% snitching 24/7. Come on.
Yeah. To be fair, the Lion would also know of you, Ryan, of your actions. So
not to intrude anywhere, but what's the plan?
The plan, I'd assume, would be the same as any campaign. Kill them all.
But a method of killing is also the most viable.
Thank you, Ryan.
I'm rubbing up on him.
I fucking Gorg misspoke. I'm fumbling over my words here.
Take your time, Ryan.
So
It's
I
okay.
just have the image of Ryan just taking his skull mask. Sorry, I'm
it's okay, Ryan. It's okay. You've got this.
We must define the method of killing. As if we were to just charge in headlong, we would most certainly sustain more casualties than it would ever be worth. Are we able to identify where they have weak points? Do they in fact have any sort of ports or docking stations that have been lightly defended in comparison to their central bases?
And with that question, let's actually fucking do it. One moment. So,
Lord Lion.
Urgazagi will need to do the rings. The rings at a preliminary scan, you think the rings will not be heavily defended. They know they can't hold them. So the rings won't be a walk in the park, but they're not going to put any of their good shit there. Someone make I need like a strategy check.
Scholar?
Cunning?
Yeah, either scholar, cunning, or insight into like the actions of your enemy. I don't know.
I have 11 in all of those, I believe.
Anyone can. I'm not you can all roll.
I have a 14 in cunning.
Could
Yeah, go for it.
damn.
I'll roll Scholar then.
Could I possibly assist? I'm willing to spend 2 faith points, if at all possible, to help them both with by his will.
Yeah.
But if you will allow me to spend 2 to
absolutely.
both, and I'd give them the benefit of my scholar, tripling that to extra 12 dice to each of them, if you'd allow that.
Yeah, absolutely. As you guys are rolling, however, there's another
An extra
echoing...
12, you said?
Yes,
an
extra 12, I believe.
Yes.
As you guys are saying this, there's an echoing boom as you roll your dice, as another ship appears to dock, and then another, and another. And if we are going into the War Council part of this, we need to actually assemble the War Council. So if I activate here, I'm going to pull people back from the ring of who are not directly important. So the Lion, Rhine, there's Thrall. Thrall would return. Valerie Reed is here. Grimm's there. So, as the boom echoes out, the Vox gets hijacked, and Admiral Ambrose, you get a bing as someone accesses your private comms.
This is Admiral Ambrose. Speak.
Put me on speaker.
Rogue Trader Aurak.
That's my name. Don't wear it out, pretty.
I would never dream of it, but your name will not be worn out.
How
am
you
assuming you are
holding up,
here.
you cutie?
I am holding up just fine, Aurak. I would assume that you are enjoying yourself equally.
I think I will be in a minute, and the doors poof as the massive orc lumbers in, moving like a silverback gorilla on his power fists. He tips
Will he
his
have his
hat.
posse?
He tips his hat to the Lion, tricorn piece, and he goes,
Oh, Trader Orak, standing at attention to once again serve Imon Terra Boys. May I say, it's lovely to see you all again.
Fuck me, he's big.
Fuck me, you're small.
and of course next to him comes helmsman Erin von Varga, who goes, My Lord Rogue Trader would extend his most pacifying regards.
Shut up, Puffy. I know these ones.
Yes,
I like this one.
And he steps back. But even before he can talk, there's a... And a small squire runs into the room in yellow robes and adept tokens, brings out a scroll and goes, Introducing, for the benefit of the War Council, the Lord Commander of the Ursus Reach, technically your Commander-in-Chief. The Lord Commander of the Ursus Campaign, Commander of the Stormblade, the Righteous Wrath of Terror, Lord General Marlag of the Nigerian 15th. General Marlag enters and... Thank you.
Thank you, Farquaad.
It is good to see you all once again. And then you sort of all jump and go, ah, what the fuck? As you realise that Grandmaster Voldus has been stood there the entire time.
What about the chapter master of the Sin Feast? Come on, represent.
Very true. Mordred would probably show up at this point. Takes a bit longer because obviously he comes over from the Abyssal Moor. Actually, let's move Fool back because he's not being actively played right now. But eventually Mordred would enter. Another human would enter. Introducing the Lord Mordred of his most holy Emperor's chapter, the Sin Feast. Scions of the Salamanders. When he bows, and the chapter serf steps aside. Again, the Sin Feast massively praising and wanting, they vibe with humanity. And Mordred would take his place. And with that, you have all of your generals of the Ursus Crusade around the table. By all means, continue.
Weak points within their defences.
Right, what were our roles?
I can't roll it.
I was going to ask you what the DN was before I rolled.
Depends on what you're looking for. And why can't you roll, Jacob?
So my Wi-Fi died.
Oh, okay. Not okay.
What would I be looking for?
So it depends. It depends on what role you want to make. If it's going to be an insight, I'm going to tell you a different DM.
It's the
if
scholar.
you made a text. Scholar. Then in that case, we're talking about your knowledge of military history and strategy and the sort of enemy that you are against. In that case, it's only going to be a DN 4.
Can I add one more thing to that?
Of course.
I saw there was a toxic waste exit point. Can the scholar also be used to figure out what type of toxic waste and what might be resistant to that particular strain of problem?
Is this on the plans that I sent?
Yes, on the outer ring there is a
Yes.
toxic waste. Yes. Toxic waste has to come from somewhere. Probably deeper in. Probably somewhere that's...
An exit port, I'm afraid it's just jettisoned into space.
Yeah, but what flows out could also allow
You could
us to
try
lock
and
it.
fly a ship in and go for the void shields, the void locks. That's doable.
Mm-hmm.
He's trying to use an exit as an
DN4?
entrance. Shoot him.
Still DN4?
DN4, yeah.
Cool. And I'm rolling 23 dice because of the help.
Because that's necessary.
It's very necessary.
Perfect. Loading back in.
On 14 successes, the forge rings will be abandoned now the void shields are gone. You will probably meet light resistance in the form of either potentially world eaters if they're just itching for a fucking fight. But they won't be too many if they've got any strategy to them. Basically, it will be all the chaff. It will be the stuff that they just want to delay you with. You're looking at most likely Descendants of the Underfather.
Well, her suggestion would be we go places where they can't even put chaff, bypass it, and allow a cleanup crew to deal with it, while a faster, more nimble group strikes deeper without being delayed by said small obstacles.
That's for the party to discuss. This is where I step back as DM and go, this is on you guys.
That is her suggestion. That would be probably voiced through her Inquisitor, not her herself.
Can you all see the top of the map here?
Yes.
Nice.
Mission 1.
Mission 1. So this is your first mission. This is where you will go, but how you get there is up to you. Because you're not going to be able to do anything until the void locks are down.
I mean, I like putting a ship through the toxic waste exit. They can't station anybody there.
That's true.
Any humans that we do have, though, will have a fucking hard time.
It's also worth mentioning you're not just going to be attacking this one place. This is the mission you guys need to do. If you don't allocate any resources anywhere else, I'm going to be adding a lot of tokens to the map, which may suit you. You may think that a clusterfuck is your best bet, but if you want to divide the enemy, then you don't want that.
We just, the the mission going to where there's super toxic stuff, normal human without protection shouldn't go. But it would mean that we could get a faster strike team to open up what we need to open up to allow the larger group within.
Kev?
What would the DN be for the cunning check?
For cunning, make me a DN7. Because this is more like predicting your opponent and all of this.
Oh yeah, he can predict that.
Holy crap!
What the hell?
Erlo is fucking.
I'm gonna wrath reroll.
Erlo is in the fucking zone, and yeah, you know what you're gonna be up against.
27.
You may have
The
destroyed.
narrative shifts.
I'll just tell you. You may have been. There will be berserkers, of course, because there's no way they're not going to want to be at the front just killing. Demons are likely. You are approaching an extremely volatile zone, but the biggest thing on the forge rings here, any strategist would simply try and delay you to try and bombard your ships, so they're just going to be throwing all of the chaff. It's going to be Skaven. Expect rats.
Okay, so thinking like the enemy, and don't say like I'm just trying to think how they may think. They're just going to try and delay us all they want. So we could just avoid the rings.
You can't avoid the rings. Trying to fly past them will have you shot out of the sky.
We can try and just pulverize through as quick as we can.
Or
we just blitz our way through.
Or somewhere in the middle of those two. In advance, we keep our main ships back, so out of our bombardment range, so that they don't become targets, and we don't take any preliminary damage. We send in a strike team to get the doors open, and to turn off any sort of anti-ship defenses they have, allowing our ships to pass in safely.
And do we have the proper means that... What am I saying? Of course we have the proper means to get a strike team, and we have the carrier, but do we know exactly where these controls would be? Otherwise we'd be good plunging in head first, hoping to find them after fighting Emperor knows how many different forms of chaff.
My lord Lion, have preliminary scans of the forge rings been completed during your blockade?
Preliminary scans, indeed, have been completed.
Could I roll tech to see if I can look over those and identify where would be the most optimal place to post strike team?
Yeah? Yeah, roll me a tech. So to give you the answer to that, like to just give you the flat answer, it'll be like a DN10. It's going to be quite high.
Got it. Can I buff myself? Can you buff yourself with your own fate? With your own fate?
Assist you.
So you can
send it.
Maybe.
You can either use, because we haven't actually introduced you to this yet, the party's glory, which is a resource on the left, which you can add dice with. Pardon me. Or when you roll, you can also choose to you spend wrath and reroll.
What is he trying to figure out? I can maybe assist him on this.
Looking at the preliminary scans, using tech to identify where we would want to put a strike team. It's DN10.
Can I assist him with this?
Yeah.
I cannot buy his will myself because it's when you help another.
You can't give yourself the help action.
Yeah.
Oh, so you would help me, or
he could do.
No, you're going to help me. Or depending, what's your tech dice pool?
8.
You should probably help me. Then I got 11.
Oh, okay.
How many of those
then
dice
I can
are
get more.
added to the pool, Brian?
If you buy your will.
Then it triples my
Or
11.
by his will.
Okay, then I should help him using one of my fate.
So how many dice do you
my
have
11.
extra? So in the... Hang on a second.
Yep.
On your character sheet, you see how it says on stats you've got tech and you've got a total of 11, but you've got 4 dice base?
Yep.
You triple it, so you would give 4 times 3 to Brian.
Okay, and that would be better than him assisting me.
One could make that argument. That's up to you guys. But
Yeah, I'm okay.
Mathematically speaking, yes.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
So Brian wants to make
So
the
an extra
check.
12 die. He gets an extra 12 die to his dice pool.
Nice.
Okay. I imagine there's like
And then
some
I'm
kind
marked
of hymn or something going on where this would be some kind of effect. Let's see here. What's it again? 10, and then I'm adding...
you add 12.
All right, here we go.
Yep. It's less of a litany and more of a song. Very reminiscent of how Battle Sisters sing in battle.
Damn. I can see it all. The universe.
Okay. 16 successes. On 16 successes, I'll be very honest with you, I haven't got a direct, straight answer to, like, this is the best route. So I'm going to do, essentially, what's called the I know a guy function, where you guys tell me what you spot on the scans. So if you spot a breach in their armor, if you tell me that you do see, you know, a gauntlet that you're going to need to fly through, like the trench run in Star Wars, but it would get you exactly to where you need to be, I'm fine with it. You guys tell me as a group what you spot. Give me an encounter to give you.
We see the big map again?
Yes, which big map? The
ring map.
The
Or that goes, yeah, the overview. Yeah, the Gorzak, because we're going through there.
Yeah.
This one.
Yeah,
Maybe
Alright, so this is not yet. This is planet side. You're not doing any of this yet. This is me just showing you cool shit.
Oh, then the Forge ring map. Yeah.
You are trying to get through this first. The actual artificial planetary ring.
Maybe they were so used to the reliance of the void shields, you know, from outside assistance that their own defenses haven't quite all turned on. You know, I don't know, however what you'd want to think about it, and maybe there's certain areas that are still like powering up, and we could try to course through, you know, blacked out areas.
Actually, when you look at the ring itself, there are thinner
Yeah, there are
parts.
segment. If you look right above the G of Gerzak, there is a section where we could get through.
There, also, if you look to the right-hand side of the S for the Forge ring, it looks like there's a straight line that goes like all the way through, like where the ring might have actually cracked there.
Yeah, I was just looking at that as well. That looks like a solid point.
The Forge rings are sort of constantly under the process of being built, rebuilt, and destroyed, you know, damaged. So, yeah, these cracks are something you can exploit. You won't be able to bring the whole fleet through because you will get, you know, fucked up. But you could do the kill team thing of go in and, you know, take out your objective solo while everyone else distracts and assaults.
What about
not be damaged? They come in
Could
stronger.
we just ignore it and go above it?
No, big guns, I'm afraid.
Damn.
We need to turn off
underneath it?
we have to turn off the big guns to do that, which we can do with the kill team.
Yeah.
That's what this
what if
first mission is, basically. It's the Forge rings. Disable the ash rail, etc, etc.
What if we kind of disable a chunk of the ring and kind of take over that? Like, we wouldn't need too much of an area of it to guarantee that the fleet could get through safely. You know what I mean? Like a chink in their armor.
For context, this is the... Oh, I didn't mean to show you that bit. But this is like the final part, the rung 4. The final objective being blow the fuck up of the Forge rings.
I mean, also, hey, Pot, instead of blowing up the Forge ring, if we can just take it and hold it, we can turn all the weapons on that Forge ring and point it planet side.
You could, if you chose to.
It is a solid
There's nothing
shell.
that weakens enemy morale like consistent artillery bombardment.
You'd also be bombarding your own people, but you could always try and control that.
Yep, true.
Ambrose has an ability that he can control that, so that could help.
Imagine we just took like over a link in this circle here, like a little section, and then cut all the troops trying to get, you know, through it off. If we could just like black out an area that would allow the fleet to go through, would that kind of work strategically? Or would that be pointless? Because How like what's the angles of fire on this whole ring? Is
Pretty
it just
much 360.
guns everywhere?
I mean, yeah, there's guns
Okay.
everywhere. It's designed to dominate and control as much as anything.
Hmm.
What do you reckon?
At the bare minimum, I like the idea of at least going in as a strike team, turning it off, and allowing the fleet to go through. I also don't hate the idea of taking control of a large portion of the ring, isolating it in whatever way we decide to isolate it, and then using its own weapons against the forces below.
Very blitzkrieg idea, and I'm for this. But once we take control of the forge rings, to ease our battle on the planet itself, it isn't unknown for fleets to bombard forge rings to such a degree that they splinter off, and those fragments effectively rain down on the planet like meteorites as well. So once we get that sorted, like, I'm down with that plan, but
That's also a known
Also-
strategy. It's doable.
also blitzkrieg the fucking surface, clear it out.
Also, the pitch is
hard
probably
hit
a little
that.
bit. Pitch is a little bit deceptive because each one of those like tiny little needles is like the biggest skyscraper ever, right?
Yeah.
Because ring goes
Look at
around
the-
yeah, I
the
mean,
planet.
like, look at the
Yeah.
planet behind it. It's like
Yeah.
a quarter of the planet tall.
This is what I mean by you're not going to be going into this battle with all your allies, because you've got to think, over on this continent is where the Lion is going to be pushing. Over on this continent is the Grey Knights. You guys are a pinprick in this.
Yeah.
That's where you
In
guys
hindsight-
picking which of your allies you bring with you is going to be so important.
Yeah, I actually think probably sneaking through the ring ourselves to accomplish a greater goal would be probably the best bet. Because the fleet could just assault the rings from a distance safely, forever, and,
So-
essentially artillery it.
Let me say sort of asset-wise then, because I need to round out the session and I can start prepping if you're going to go with this strike team. Asset-wise, obviously you can declare that you can take any of the stuff that you want from the other factions. If you want Grey Knights with you, you can bring the Grey Knights. If you want the Lion with you, you can bring the Lion. The bigger the shit you bring, expect bigger resistance, but obviously if you use it as a way to just punch through an objective, that will work. Narmurians, by the way, will provide you with a shit ton of chaff. They are guardsmen, but they do also have access to a storm hammer. A storm blade. So a plasma super heavy tank that you could bring in if needed. You also have support from the Synfeast, who can deploy Marines and Dreadnoughts, as well as the same with the Dark Angels. So if you do feel that you need like a bit more oomph, or you're lacking in any particular area, for example, if Jacob is going to be playing Erlo, you may want a medic. You can always request to bring Kalis, or like a Synfeast apothecary, or whoever. Like, fill your needs with what you've got. Yeah.
I would
I
say
do
though,
feel like
play
if
it
we're-
quite reservedly on this initial mission at least. Don't play your cards, because ultimately, with this campaign, what we show on the forge rings, it will be also transmitted over to the planet to go, they got this, prepare for this.
I mean, beyond
Oh, yeah, I feel like-
the enemy know what you've got.
I feel like the best move is the strike team should be as lean as it possibly can be, because we're going in to disable one crucial piece of infrastructure that allows the other fronts to win with less loss.
What's the rules on teleporting? Like, could we potentially get in, sneak past the rings, get to the vital area on the planet, and then serve as like a teleport beacon for the Primarch?
You absolutely could do that. Be bold,
I-
and you'd be
I think-
sacrificing overwhelming force. So if it goes wrong, you'll be outnumbered 10-1. But if it goes right, it could be incredible alpha strike.
I think we have him lead the artillery and the ships and the fleet until we absolutely need him, and then we pull the ripcord and have him like teleport in with whatever
He could bring the
veterans
first
he can
company
bring
down.
if we need. If we get overwhelmed, but if we can sneak in and be
Because
stealthy,
you will need to
'cause-
establish a breachhead on the planet itself. Once you've done with the forge rings, if you then get down to the planet with a teleport homer, that's a hell of a way to establish a breachhead.
Yeah, and he's gonna know more about Void Warper.
And allows us to pincer. I mean, then we get to bring a force in to push from the inside going out, and while our force continues to push in.
So, showing you this map again, because obviously this isn't it yet, this is a different set of rings, these aren't the ones going around the planet. You could go from the forge rings, the orbital dock, you could, for example, try and, you know, as Liam suggests, destroy sections of the rings, and in doing so, you could, like, hide in the rubble. Maybe you land in the charnel fields, and while you're there, you deploy a teleport homer and deep strike in the Dark Angels. Obviously, there's a good chance that then you'll be outnumbered because the enemy will respond to you, but that is a surefire way to rapidly assault the enemy, you know?
Actually, if we were able to attach large enough thrusters to whatever chunk of rock you want to hurl into here, we could direct our giant piece of shrapnel that we're hiding on to where we need it to be and make a massive impact.
Orak, I believe that's your specialty.
Orak cracks his knuckles inside his power fist and goes, "He's wanting a rock. Oh, I knew he was onto something, boys. If you wants a rock, I'll be riding it with ya."
Just to clarify, and because Orak is present in this meeting, by definition, his presence on this mission to the Forge Rings, I could be very, very nice and ask you if I could play Shagsmack.
If you would like to play a member of the Orc Honor Guard, you may do so. You would see behind Orak, there's not quite as big, but another Orc with a Power Claw and yellow armor who has the top of a Chimera turret sticking out the top of his armor, though it's damaged and bent to the side. And Orak goes, "One of my boys, this ugly fucker. He's the man for the job when it comes to bonking stuff down planet style."
What you said.
Alright, so we're happy with this idea. We're going to strike force in. We're going to pick a spot on the ring. We're going to break that part of the ring off. We're going to have our orc buddy is going to bring in a way to control the rock. And then we're going to huck the rock with us on it, probably at reactor core.
Maybe with the tech check we can see where like their defenses wouldn't suspect anything suspicious from our asteroid hitting in an area, and we can sneak past their outer ring.
The defenses are, the giant. I doubt their defenses could break us up in time.
Just a harmless asteroid passing by.
Oh, yeah,
Nothing to see here.
That's never done anyone any harm, as we know.
I do love.
I
want Jacob and George's insight in on this before we end the session, but I do love that once again Brian is leading the decision here in the strategy.
I didn't like it.
I'm fucking
it's a combination.
happy. Either way, Jacob and George, I would like to turn to you, and David, I would like just you guys to have the final input before we round out, because we are at 11:10.
But I stop at one rock.
Honest question.
We have the chance.
George.
Sorry, was that audible shit?
Me and you just died inside.
That's the smartest beaky boy I've ever met in my life.
I don't wear no beaks. I am a wolf.
Let's let David finish, and then we'll turn to George and Jacob.
One big rock is okay, but they're gonna shoot at it. Throw lots of slightly smaller rocks. Can't shoot them all down. They just can't. And especially if you've got a bigger rock falling at them. Okay, I look at the orc, and I'm like, fingers to my temples, just like trying to let him see the vision. Just boulders flying at a planet and lots of destruction. with one big boulder taking shots.
I get the feeling the one way to sum this meeting up is you're doing this and like nodding. Shagmack's looking at you, nodding. Aurak looks between the two of you, starts nodding.
Shagsback's nodding, but he's also got tears in his eyes. Tears of pure happiness.
Christ. Okay.
We could alternatively, if there are key points on which we can strike, why limit ourselves to only one strike team? We have very elite focused forces. If we are able to do a pincer maneuver, we could have multiple strike teams converge on one singular target from multiple angles, disabling enemy assets along the way. Or at the very least, culling numbers.
Ryan, I agree with you, Ryan, but I think they're really wanting the rocks.
I know.
Well, to be fair, we don't have to make this
John.
decision yet because you still need to deal with all the actual forge rings first. Just saying.
Also, why not both? I mean, I think
Why not both? Suggestions
Why not both?
is right, dear sister.
Because
The
the
rock
because
can
the
distract.
Let George finish. That he and Jacob haven't had much of a chance. And I will come back to you, David. My apologies.
The reason as to why not both is, despite the fact that we could in fact launch a hunk of rock into the rings of the planet itself, if we are unable to actually determine where the strike teams are, where our allies are, we could effectively be sacrificing many of our own for effectively you're looking at pointless destruction. It will cause the enemy harm, yes, but say, for example, we are in fact on X part of the station, and then someone decides to chuck a rock right where we are. You see my point?
It's a fair concern.
It's a fair point. I do understand it.
But to clarify, with the plan that we were originally thinking is no one else is going to be on the interior rings before us. We're using this rock to get into ring 5 or ring 4 and get a teleportation. What's the teleporter called above game?
Homing portal. Homing beacon.
Yeah, and get a homing beacon in deep. So there shouldn't be any of our forces ahead of us. The rocks are going in before any other forces go in. Removes that issue.
I was just going to make a small suggestion. Buildings, like creations this big, can't be made in one. So they're normally segmented.
Mm-hmm.
Can't we just try and break out a segment of it?
Also doable. That's where you see all those cracks in the forge.
Yeah, no, I thought I don't think we're hurling the whole ring down there. At least I'm hoping.
What exactly do we know about the Anvil Spire?
I don't believe you know anything about it. You guys haven't been able
ages,
to,
I think.
You guys haven't been able to access Gerzag because it's been protected up till now.
Obviously,
Ages.
as
Please refer
players-
to my first point when the lion asked. Fuck all.
Yeah, obviously as players, there's clearly like a center we were trying to work towards, but like in character, like what would be the tactical advantage of taking over the Anvil Spire?
I mean, it's I'm
clearly it's like the building, the main building.
I'll stress
There's
the Anvil Spire
energy coming out of it.
Where like this is
Maybe
a war.
the ancestor
If you don't-
core is there.
If you don't take out your enemy, you're fucked. Like it's why like taking a castle is important. It gives your enemy somewhere to strike from to attack.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, this is like it's clearly their capital of
Yes.
some sort, right? Yeah.
I think as well, Jacob did nail it there. You can assume quite strongly that will be the location of the ancestor core.
Okay. I mean, that's our primary
Prime
goal, right?
target number 1. Yes.
So I feel like that's what we should be. We should try to get as close to that as we can, and then, pull the ripcord on the beacon if we have to. If we get bogged down and we need, emergency bailout.
Give me a second. I've got a lot to deal with, but I have an idea. Fuck out of here. Fuck you. Apologies.
Kid or a cat?
Kit Kat? No, Moss. Surely on a planet this big, like, let's assume we get through the ring. Surely on a planet that big, there's got to be some form of transportation to make it quickly from A to B, especially for, like, ammo resupplying. So surely we could potentially hijack one of those to get to where we need.
Like a train.
You
We love
know
trains.
That there would be trains. This is not a Forge world. You can be astute. You would also know that chances are, that there's going to be stuff like that. The question you've got is, where do you strike to stop them shutting that system down? Because it benefits the defenders if you can't move.
I mean, when we take over, when we take over this, the Forge Ring, obviously we could potentially utilize, before we break anything off, we could utilize the assault aspects of it to then destroy or attack critical components of Gerzak.
I would allow some weakening of defenses. Yeah.
So potentially munitions depots, relay stations,
Remember
anything like that that could just
be based off of our token system. So supply and demand, where you allocate, do you divide your tokens to cost more resources, etc., etc. And I will be doing the same with mine.
Yeah, so obviously the more that we can cripple enemy forces, even if it just comes down to communication, so they can't perfectly relay what they require at certain fronts, it would then cause delays in or misappropriation / management, of resources. So a front that doesn't need any gets more than it needs, or the front that needs it doesn't get any because they just didn't put the request in, stuff like that. That's where my thinking's at there.
Okay.
Well, I kind of feel like if we control the reactor core, we control how this fight goes, because they have to defend the reactor core.
There's a truth.
And if we have the reactor core, we also have kind of like what's the word I'm looking for? Mutually assured destruction. We could rig the reactor core to blow, which would mean everybody loses here. And it's to play a hand heavy a little.
I'm just going to say that there's a lot
if we take over reactor core,
could go down. I will send, and I think I actually have already sent this artwork in the Vox, haven't I?
A discussions chat
in the Vox.
Yes.
I'll
when
send
you
it
tagged
again,
both teams.
I will send it again and pin it. Because we do need to round out tonight's session. And this could be a long conversation. I love it, but we need to round this out. So I'm going to quickly... that's the artwork of it being blown up. Missions. Return to Urzag. No, that's Violence with the Votan. Hang on. Ursa's campaign. Missions. Urzag. That's not the one. Maps. Gerzak. There it is. Alright. I will pin this in the Vox so that you guys can make your plans. Because like I say, before you do any of this, you need to take the ring, the Forge Ring, before we even think about anything planet side. Alright?
Yeah.
Just to clarify then, are we all happy with the attack on the Forge Ring being us as a small strike unit to take over or destroy a critical piece of infrastructure? Is everyone good with that basic part of it?
Are you referring to the outside ring around
the outer ring? Yeah, the outside ring around the planet.
I mean, I figured we'd skip through that if we could find a way through it with just us as the strike team, but
not without losing over 70% of your assets.
Okay, well then never mind.
Because the ships still need to move, you're not. That's
what I figured the rock idea was for.
Yeah, no, you to do that you need to take the Forge Rings, and then you can do the.
You cannot engage a theater of war without securing your flanks.
Damn it, Ambrose! Why did you have to waste that fucking singularity cannon on that?
It wasn't me, it was you, you fucking trespassing wretch.
I'll also stress
What?
the singularity cannon is no guarantee of destruction.
No, I know. I'm taking the piss
No, I know.
because he shot the singularity cannon at the Commodore.
Worth it.
Would do
Absolutely worth
again.
it.
The most important
do
shot
again.
I've ever shot.
Either way, let's start rounding this out. So, with the party on the brink of the final war of the Ursus campaign, we now look out across the Forge Rings, which are in turn readying for the war to come. But till then, join us on Monday for Void Call, where we may have a new player character, interestingly enough. Exciting times. But if not, join us on... No, I won't live
Monday.
stream. I was going to say Monday for Void Call. I'm not going to live stream character creation on Thursday, but we will have a campaign coming up on Thursdays, which will be tying in with our 40k goodness. Join us Friday for the Age of Sigmar, where the party are investigating what seems to be going on at the Temple of Mordor. And of course, join us next Saturday for Warhammer 40k Blackthrone. Till then, we've been Tattletales RPG, where the table may indeed be virtual, but you are most certainly welcome at it. Bye for now.
Finally, it has come. That which we feared most. You told me a long time ago, old friend, one must always leave one's mark upon a plan. Without a signature, a plan is meaningless. One must devote oneself to it. Utterly. With total conviction. I have lain my hand upon this plan, this terminus decree, this fail-safe. I pray it will never return. For when it returns, the galaxy will never be the same again. The fires of war will have been to embers as to what is to come. My sigil rests alongside your own. We have both given ourselves to this. I offer no comfort. Make no mistake, it will return. When it does, when it does, the galaxy will burn in the fires of Blackthrone. Finally, it has come, that which we feared most. You told me a long time ago, old friend, one must always leave one's mark upon a plan. Without a signature, a plan is meaningless. One must devote oneself to it. Utterly. With total conviction. I have lain my hand